Philip, it's good to be home again. It's going to be a big challenge for the Mavs tonight as they take on North Little Rock.
You know, this is a halfway mark of the season, and this is where you want to be making your move for your seeding in your playoffs at the end of the year. And maybe we don't have that scenario here, but you still want to see improvement each game and know that you're playing for the future. And, you know, I don't know that we've played as near a perfect game as we're capable of with our talent level. And wouldn't it be wonderful to see that here tonight?
It'd be great. As you look at the offense for Southside, they had a really good ball game 2 weeks ago against Conway, took a step back last week. Going to have to figure out the way to eliminate the penalties, get the positive yardage on first down. They've got to do something to help this defense.
And especially in defense, is make those tackles, and the defense is going to have to be mistake-free. North Little Rock is athletic. When I say athletic, I'm talking speed, speed, speed. They don't score a lot, which kind of shocks me. But some of that may be the quality of the opponents they've had. They lost 2 games early in the year, one to Catholic High School out of Baton Rouge, the other to Memphis, Tennessee, South Haven High School. But now in Arkansas, they've been running the table with everybody, but still not scoring in those 30s or 40 ranges like you would expect.
Let's bring in the third member of our crew, Dalton Person, down the sidelines. Dalton, great night for football.
That's right, guys. I love this weather. This is definitely football weather, and I'm hoping for a good football game as well. Regardless, we're going to have some good football talent on the field. We've got several recruiters here tonight, one of which before the game, Rhett Lashley, is the SMU offensive coordinator. A lot of Arkansans may know him for his association with Gus Malzahn back at Auburn. They're looking at Sean Rogers. They also have a commitment from one of the North Little Rock offensive linemen. So some good talent on the field, and let's hope for a good football game as well.
Yeah, it's good to see Sean Rogers getting looked at.
You talk about a young man that has a big future, and, you know, this is the time when a major college is going to make their move on a Sean Rogers, is in that junior season, because they want that verbal commitment early so they can just watch his senior season. I wanted to say senior citizen. Season.
Hey, you looked at me and said that.
Well, I don't know why I did that. And to make that move of commitment, that's where he's going to go. But, you know, it's still early, and there could be others that come calling.
Last week the defense played well, and what we had talked about with the defense, Philip, was the fact that they've done a very good job this year. Then you look up at the scoreboard, you've given up 40-plus points a game. You know, there's a lot of combination of things that cause that, but last week they gave up 12 points, but they're going to be playing tonight without Eli Lyles.
That's going to be tough. Eli Lyles is such a dependable player back there in that safety position. I know we talked to him for a few moments before the game, and you could just see the disappointment in his face, but he told me he's going to be back before this season's over.
Well, we were kind of joking with him a little bit, saying we're glad we picked you as player of the game before it was too late, but he's had a really good year, guys. He's stepped it up, and number one has been all over the field.
All over the field, and really been a spark plug for the defense, playing back there in that safety position. You remember early on, Keith, we said that when your safety is the leading tackler, it's kind of an uncomforting feeling. And but yet with him back there, that means some good stuff is happening, because he plays a lot of fly safety. And by fly, I mean he's coming up to fill gaps that he sees from, 15, 12 yards back of the line.
Hey, check out insurance agent Chris Dooley at 2917 Old Greenwood Road, 479-646-6792. Free auto, home, and life insurance quotes. We'll be back with more after this with Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
This has been the Mavericks pregame show.
Excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Wanting a fresh feel, look, or decor for your home or space? Wasted Repurpose Marketplace has your specific look to fit your budget and your personality. Hand-picked, vintage, antique, farmhouse, and so much more decor will have your visions becoming reality. Wasted also has it all for your fall, home, and holiday decorating. Voted a Best of the Best finalist for 3 years in a row. Shop at Wasted, 1520 Towson Avenue, or find them on Facebook. Wasted Repurpose Marketplace, 1520 Towson Avenue.
People say that Links at Chaffee Crossing is the best barbecue they've ever had and a great place to sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Chaffee Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers, plenty of TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Chaffee Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
Hey, Scranton.
Thanks for listening to Spirit 106.3.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Bro Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Bro Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Does this sound like you? Or maybe your inner biker sounds like...
No matter what motorcycle motor is music to your ears, Shelter Insurance has a policy that's music to your wallet.
Shelter insures your fun stuff. Motorcycles to riding mowers, ATVs to RVs, bikes to bass boats. If it rides, rolls, or floats, we can cover it. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium as we look at North Little Rock tonight. Not quite as dominant as they were last year. They're 2-3, as Philip had alluded to earlier. But their victories in the conference, 35-21 over Little Rock Central, 17-7 over Conway. So it's a game where, yeah, they're good, but we could play with them.
Yeah, and I hope to see that. I mean, they're going to run a 34 defense, as you heard Coach Williams state earlier, which means 3 down linemen, 4 linebacker look. What Coach Williams was saying in his pregame show was they're going to do a lot of twisting and stunning out of that, a lot of slanting. Sometimes that's hard for offensive linemen to pick up. However, the good thing for us is what do we see every day in practice, because we run a 34, so that should help.
But the difference is the speed factor that North Little Rock will bring a challenge to the offense for Southside. Dalton, you look at North Little Rock, they want to run the football tonight. That's their MO. They'll try to run a lot of counter plays, a lot of misdirection, get your defense going one way, speed going the other way.
That's right, Keith. North Little Rock is known for their offensive prowess by running the football, which they do exceptionally well. Their star running back, Thomas, had over 1,800 yards on the ground a year ago. The good news for Southside is he's out tonight. In fact, North Little Rock will be starting a third-string running back, but they are certainly going to try to run the football at will. Could make for a quick game.
And they've got one player, too, that will probably play a lot tonight, Frederick O'Donnell. He's a junior running back, and Coach talked about this kid. Coach Mitchell did. He said this kid apparently was a peewee phenomenon player, and they've been waiting for him to come alive, and they say he's doing it now.
Yeah, and you never know. There are kids in peewee football that you think, boy, they're going to be something. They get to high school, and maybe they're not. But it sounds like he's going to be one of those young people that, I mean, probably got a future even playing on Saturdays.
And this game tonight with this defense for Southside going against this offense for North Little Rock, it's going to gauge where we're at this late in the season for the Southside defense.
And, Keith, every game, you might say their record's not that good, but every game I've seen improvement. We got to clean up those penalties. not have a sloppy mess out there, but rather sharpness. And we've always talked about being that well-oiled machine. Really like to see that on offense in this game as well.
Just about ready for kickoff. We'll be back with the kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Time to remodel your kitchen or bathroom? Dreaming of granite, marble, quartz, or soapstone and want quality workmanship, quick delivery, and competitive prices? Call Goleta Countertops today to schedule your professional consultation. Owner Jim Goleta will walk with you through your repair and remodel and guarantee to help you create the home of your dreams. Fully licensed, A+ rating. Visit their website at GoletaCountertops.com to browse the design gallery and call 648-0884 to schedule your appointment.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
This has been the Mavericks pregame show on Spirit 106.3. Brought to you by Chris Dooley Shelter Insurance. Stand by. It's game time next.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local, fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside football. Go Landon.
The wait is over. It's game time on Spirit 106.3. This is Southside Mavericks football. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium. Just about ready for kickoff between the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats and the Southside Mavericks. And Philip, I'm excited for some football to get out here. And as we talked about, the next 2 weeks for Southside, you've got North Little Rock tonight. You've got Bryant next week, two of the top teams in the state. Going to be a big challenge here for the Mavs the next 2 weeks.
This is your tune-up game if you're going to go to Bryant and play. But, you know, Keith, what a night for football. I mean, we got a full moon. I'm looking out from our perch here in the media tower. I can see all the way to Sugarloaf Mountain, Oklahoma and Arkansas, and Poteau Mountain, which is roughly about 30 miles away. It's a beautiful night for football.
Exactly. And let's go down the sidelines with Dalton Person. Dalton, what do you expect from Southside? They'll get the ball first to start the game.
Well, Southside's got to be able to run the football. And you guys talked about it earlier, the type of front that they're going to get a lot of slanting. They're definitely going to try to run the football, though, because that's their M.O. They're averaging just over 200 yards of offense per game so far this year. Going to have to improve that tonight if they're going to have a chance at victory. Let their defense get some breaks, and let's see what they can do.
Exactly, just about ready for kickoff. And, again, Southside will get the ball first. Connor Austin will go deep along with Jay Washington.
He's trying to get the student section revved up tonight. Jay Washington is, and it's good to see some energy in his step. You know, last week he was ailing a little bit when we played at Cabot, so he's really bouncing around tonight.
Well, Jay's one that they really need a little bit of help out there for him. I think Jack Clark may give it tonight, but you're talking a young man, 140 pounds, trying to carry the load. It's not easy.
And isn't that true for any running back, no matter what size they are, is to have that guy to give you a spell, let you take a breath, maybe get something to drink and get rejuvenated, because that is a tough job in this run-heavy offense.
Well, that's why you look at the life of an NFL running back, it's not 5-6 years?
Yeah, that's why they try to get those big paychecks early, because there won't be many more after that.
Yeah, that's why Zeke went after that money and got held out to get his money, which was probably a good thing. Liam Selhorst will kick off for North Little Rock. Back deep for Southside again will be Connor Austin along with Jay Washington, as Selhorst will tee the ball up on the left hash. And we walk down there and watch the teams warm up. North Little Rock, a very intimidating team warming up. They do a little bit of chanting and some different things, and they came to play some football tonight, and I think so did the Mavs.
We're fixing to find out.
As here's the kickoff. It's going to come down to Connor Austin at the 10-yard line. He crosses the 15. He's at the 20-yard line. He sees the hole at the 25, gets outside the 25 up to the 27-yard line, will be hit and pulled back, and will be dropped at about the 27-yard line. That is Josh Beck making the play for the Wildcat defense.
Somehow we lost 2 yards in that forward progress, Keith, and they've marked it at the 25.
We have struggled with that all year. We were laughing talking about that last week on both sides of the ball. It seems like they would tackle the man and then move it back 1 or 2 yards.
And sometimes forward. We just never were sure where we were at.
Of course, after we saw that ball go in the end zone that was should have been a touchback, you know, anything was possible. 1st and 10, Mavs, they're on 25-yard line.
North Little Rock believes we are going to run the ball.
And here's a handoff to Washington. He's going to be hit in the backfield. Going to lose a yard on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and that's tough because even though they have a 34 look, 2 of those linebackers they pulled up right on the edge, almost standing up like defensive ends back in the old days, the old 5'2", 6'2" looks.
They got some big kids. You've got Javion Sims, a young sophomore, 5'8", 243 on the line, along with Rashad Muhammad. He's 254, but those fast linebackers make it tough to run the football. Again, Southside goes strong right with Nathan Bogner and Jack Clark in the backfield for the Mavs. 2 receivers split to the left of Parker Wehunt. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2 seconds. Here's a snap. Here's a keeper by Wehunt, going to be hit and driven back. Going to lose maybe another half yard. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for the Mavs.
Yeah, tough play. That play was successful the first couple of games that we run it over the last several weeks, which is just him basically taking the snap and then running with the ball. Now, North Little Rock was in a look where that would have worked. 3 down linemen, everybody else was back to protect against the pass, but they read it out pretty quickly. You can tell they've been in the film room.
So I'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for the Mavs. One back in the backfield. Washington trip set to the left of Wehunt. He wants to throw the ball a little bit. Throws it going to be complete. That's Jake Tyler. Catches it at the 31-yard line. Will be about 4 yards short of the 1st down. If he leads him, it's a 1st down.
Yeah, and that.
They'll bring up 4th down. Punting the ball away for Southside will be Adam Puckett. Return man stands inside his 39-yard line. I believe that is Jadarian Thomas. Puckett gets a snap. It's a good snap. Here's the punt. It's a low-line drive punt that's going to hit and go inside the North Little Rock 30-yard line, inside the 25 down to the 20-yard line. Good punt by Adam Puckett.
Hey, that really flipped the field, Keith, and, you know, that's why he was our player of the game last week.
Be 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
It's going to be a big test here, right, this first series to see how Southside defense is prepared for this rushing attack.
You'll see 2 quarterbacks play tonight, Damian Bell along with Kareem Cotton. Cotton, the starter last year. He'll start the ball game tonight. We'll have 1 running back in the backfield that is, looks like Gerald Rice. But no, let's see, trying to get the number back there. There's a snap, a pitch to the up back. He gets about, it's fumble on the ground. Southside has it.
What a great play. Good hit. Good stick, and it looked like for a minute he had his head of steam up, but they took the ball right away from him and came up with the ball. What a great
Be 1st and 10 for Southside at the 26-yard line. Again, Southside will check 2 running backs back in there. Jack Clark along with Jay Washington. Haven't seen that look this year. As Wehunt takes a snap, wants to throw the football, looks down the field. Will throw the ball, going to be incomplete. Threw it behind his intended receiver. That was Jake Tyler.
Yeah, what a tough play for Tyler to try to catch. It was behind him. His feet slid out from under him. Even if he'd caught it, it wasn't going to amount to much of a play.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs.
Yeah, what a great one-play run by North Little Rock resulted in a fumble that we recovered.
The Southside's run 4 plays for no yards.
Yeah, that's the only thing that is a little disconcerting at this point, but we're still looking good.
Exactly. And you got to have the breaks. You're going to win a game like this, you need some breaks. As Wee Hunt takes a snap, here comes a screen pass set up nicely to Washington. Cuts that back inside.
If you can hear back.
There's nothing coming.
I got you now. Got me. All right, well, we're lining up for the extra point.
That's coming off of here, though.
And we'll see how we do. This has been kind of an adventure time for us with the extra point game. And I'm really hopeful that we've got some of those kinks worked out. Because extra points can come back to haunt you later if you don't have them early. Oh, bad snap. The placeholder actually grabbed it out of midair, got it down just in time. Outstanding job by number 81 to the placeholder. Cale Sheets. I didn't call his name a whole lot. He's a junior, but I tell you what, he saved it.
The fall celebration is here at Crabtree RV. Take advantage of RV show pricing on hundreds of new models. Deer Hunter specials under $10K and wholesale to the public prices on dozens of pre-owned RVs and the most money for your trade. These deals are so good, it's scary. And we are topping it off with the Crabtree Trunk or Treat, Saturday, October 19th at 6 p.m. Bring the kids and celebrate with us at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Cherry Berry self-serve frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
And do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry.
At Cherry Berry, the possibilities are endless as you have complete control.
Cherry Berry in the Fort Smith Pavilion.
That's how you do it.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Bro Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Bro Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back to action. It'll be 1st and 10 for North Little Rock. There's a swing pass outside. He's going to be complete. We'll get about 6 yards on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 4 for the charging Wildcats. Good start for the Mavs, guys, getting a touchdown on their second series.
A good start and excellent extra point effort. That may come back to be very important because the placeholder there, number 81, Cale Sheets, had to really grab that ball out of the air.
Be second down, 2nd and 4 for the charging Wildcats. Kareem Cotton, your quarterback, will work under Stender. 2 backs in the backfield. Here's a man in motion. The snap, the handoff to the inside back. He's going to get the first down as he gets across the 46-yard line. On the carry is Aaron Sims for the first down. Be 1st and 10 for the charging Wildcats.
So far, Southside is keeping North Little Rock in front of them. They've only ran 3 plays so far, Keith, but a 6-yard effort on the out pass and then a 4-yard run.
Be 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line. As Cotton will work from a pistol formation, has one back in the backfield. And now we've got a whistle and a flag on the play.
Probably going to be a sideline warning, be my guess. Nope, offsides.
What's tough about that one is it follows what could have been a false start just the play before on North Little Rock.
Yeah, it's tough, Dalton, when you have those issues there and how the refs see it, but now it's 1st and 5.
1st and 5 is a lot better than 1st and 10. It'll be 1st and 5 for charging Wildcats. As they'll have Cotton run the ball up the middle. Is going to have a first down as he crosses the 45 down to the 43-yard line where Landon Chafee makes a play for the Southside defense.
So far in 3 plays, they went 15 yards. If they can average 5 yards a play, Keith, that's tough to keep up with. But at least we are keeping the play in front of us. We're not chasing from behind.
You better tackle, and the one thing Southside needs to do, guys, is you better tackle in space.
They have been doing it so far.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 44-yard line. Cotton works under center, has one back in the backfield. That's Rice on the handoff, tries to get it outside, does get outside, will be knocked out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
Yeah, about an 8-yard gain, Keith, and that was just a little revealing of some of that North Little Rock speed on the outside. We had several chances to make a tackle, even one for a loss.
That was a second gear.
Yeah, I guess it's, one of them road rangers like the big boys use.
It'll be second down, 2nd and 3 for the Charging Wildcats. As Cotton waits on the snap. Takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle. It's going to be a one-hopper, incomplete, intended for Zadarian Thomas. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats.
Maybe our best opportunity here to hold them. They're definitely not in their field goal range, looking at their kicker pregame. So this would, if we can hold them here, this is going to be either they go for it or punting situation.
That's a good point, Philip. Their kicker missed 2 field goals a week ago, so I don't expect him to get a whole lot of opportunities this far back.
North Little Rock will line up. They stack formation. They'll bring 2 guys to the right. They'll be strong right with an I formation. Under center is Cotton. Takes a snap, hands it off to his fullback as a whole. Crosses the 30, gets down to the Southside 28-yard line where Levi Russell makes the play for the Southside defense.
Almost some of their misdirection, their handoffs, really reminiscent of the old wishbone, especially using the old belly play there with the fullback.
That was an effective play last year against Southside, was just running that fullback. They hit it so quick, and we kind of talked about, they're going to run the ball. I think first play last year was a touchdown pass. And they'll go with no backs in the backfield as Cotton calls out signals, takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be one hop, incomplete at the 20-yard line. And Cotton really hasn't shown the ability to throw the football yet.
No, he hasn't been very effective at all, which is fine for us. But it would be a little concerning for me if I was on the North Little Rock sideline. So far in this series, 7 plays, and they've kept it going.
And their quarterback may be a little bit rusty. He served a 3-game suspension, only came back a week ago, and he was a backup even though he played a little. Some of these passes indicate he might be.
And if he is, you'll see Damon Bell come in and relieve him at some point. As North Little Rock will go with 2 backs in the backfield, strong left. Almost a fullback situation. Here's a handoff to the outside back. He gets inside, cuts back, will be hit and dropped at about the 22-yard line. That was Jeremiah Sims on the carry.
That was almost a wing T look to it, wasn't it, Keith? Reminiscent of maybe what some people ran 20, 25 years ago in high school football.
You know who started that in high school football was Bob Gatlin at Southside. He brought that in. You'd watch a game, you'd see, thinking it was going one way, and a kid would be run down the sideline with the ball when they first came out with it. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 4, and Southside jumps in the neutral zone offsides. It'll be 1st and 10. 2 offsides this series, guys, not good.
No. First one was a lineup that was offsides. That was a jump. So, especially for D linemen, the ball's right in front of you. Watch the ball.
And we've been close to a couple more. Not very encouraging for what's really their first substantive drive.
That penalty resulted in a 1st down.
They'll spot the ball on the Southside 17-yard line, be the 7th play of the opening drive for the Charging Wildcats. They'll go with 2 backs in the backfield, I formation to pitch to the running back. He cuts it outside, will be tackled on a nice open field tackle for Southside. I believe that was Levi Russell, again, making the play for the Southside defense.
Well, Keith, you talked about that earlier, how important it is going to be to tackle in space. What could have been maybe a touchdown was only about a 6-yard gain.
That'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 4 for the Charging Wildcats. That was Gerald Rice on the carry. We've got 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 7-zip. This will be the 7th play of the second drive for North Little Rock. Again, they go with a fullback in the backfield. Now bring a man in motion, and it's a crossbuck play to the right. He's going to get outside, going to be hit on a good defensive play by Southside at about the 8-yard line. Again, that's Rice on the carry. Southside doing a good job there of really stringing it out and making the play. That was Derek Leatherman making the play for Southside.
That was also assignment football, Keith, because the movement of the play was to the far side of the field, reverse on the handoff back away to the weak side, and we were sitting there waiting on him.
And that's the speed that when you get that going, it's a big play. Actually, that was Van Hook making the play for the Southside defense. Here's a quarterback sneak, and I'm not sure
I don't think he got it. We'll see where they mark it because we've been wrong a lot this year.
Go figure. Go figure.
I think it looks like where they're going to mark it, he has it.
I think maybe on that second effort he might have got the first down.
But sure didn't look like from our vantage point. But, yes, they signaled first down.
Be first and goal at the Southside 7-yard line. And they're making them work for it, though. That's the thing is, guys, they're working for it.
Yeah, and right now we're looking at about 11, 12 plays here.
As again, they'll go with an I formation. Gerald Rice in the backfield. It's a pitch to Rice off the right side. Cuts it back inside. Will be tackled at about the 3-yard line. Again, Jeremiah Van Hook makes the play for the Southside defense. Guys, what I like about this defense, they don't give anything. You're going to work for everything you get.
Yeah, and, sometimes people think, well, it's like kind of bend, don't break philosophy. I don't think there's any bend to this. I think they're just standing up and doing their jobs. And, there are a lot of teams that I'm sure by now North Little Rock would have already run over.
Be second goal. The ball's at the Southside 3-yard line. Again, they'll have an I formation. Again, to pinch to Rice. Cuts it back inside. Will be hit. Gets in the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, that was a run, and as many plays as they've run, as far as they went, it was kind of inevitability. I hate to say that when we're talking about the Maverick defense because they have played well on this series.
They must have liked the look that they got. They ran the exact same play 2 plays in a row.
And this is an interesting formation as they will line everybody up to the left side. And I'm kind of surprised people still do this because, most teams are pretty wise to it right now.
Yeah, you're supposed to make a count and decide which way is the best way to go, but I think the defense knows what to do.
Horst will attempt the extra point for the Charging Wildcats. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. 4:11 to go here in the first quarter. All tied up at 7. Back with North Little Rock kickoff after this. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory-authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. There was a 10-play, 64-yard drive for the Charging Wildcats. A 3-yard touchdown run by Gerald Rice ties the ball game up at 7 as the Charging Wildcats will kick back off to the Mavs. Here's the kick. It's going to come down to Connor Austin. He crosses the 20-yard line. As the 25-yard line will get to maybe the 26-yard line where he's going to be driven back. That's where Southside will start their third drive of the night at their 26-yard line.
Not a bad return, and if you think about it offensively, we have only ran so far 5 plays, the last one resulting in a touchdown, so we should have plenty of life left in that offense and a lot of plays that we haven't revealed yet.
It's got to gain some confidence. Southside recovered a fumble. The offense takes advantage of it, gets the touchdown. So you've got to have some confidence. The Southside did a good job of taking advantage of the speed of North Little Rock, if that's possible.
Yes, sir.
Be first and 10 for the Mavs at the 27-yard line. They go strong left with Bogner. Here's a handoff to Washington. Has a big hole. Crosses the 30 up to the 32-yard line where he's brought down on the play. That is David Smith making the play for North Little Rock. Be a gain of 4 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 6.
And, Keith, we say it every game, but our bread and butter is between the tackles, and that's where it was. It's tough on Washington, as you said earlier, 140-pound running back, but I'm telling you that's where the strength of this offense is.
Southside will go with a 2 tight end set, and now they'll switch and line up Dimitri Lloyd on the right side, strong right with Bogner. Here's a keeper by We Hunt. He's going to be hit, and maybe a yard on the play brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs.
A play that's been very successful, very similar to what they ran on their first series. Play's been very successful all year, but we didn't have that success that time.
As you watch North Little Rock, do we just need some quick hitters?
I think so, because I think North Little Rock's speed, as you said earlier, we can use that against them. Maybe just a little run the ball several times. We can get a series going and play action. We're probably going to grab them linebackers up, and it should be open over the middle.
Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs. Hunt calls out signals. Here's a man in motion. It's Hannon. Here comes a pass going to be complete. That is Washington gets the first down with a great sidestep. We'll have a first down for the Mavs.
What a great play by Washington. It was a semi-screen. I wouldn't call that a full screen, Keith, but just enough to pull those linebackers in. Washington open in the flat, and a great job by him to finish the run.
It was a stutter step to let the over pursuit of the defender. He gets away, gets the first down because he didn't have the first down until then.
Well, our touchdown was a screen, so we're going to have to keep North Little Rock on their toes defensively, and so far so good.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at their own 43-yard line. Again, Washington in the backfield. Southside goes trip set wide side of the field as Hunt looks to get the play from the sideline.
Their weakness last year was the passing game.
Here's a handoff, a bounce-off play by Jay Washington. Gets good positive yardage as he crosses the 45 up to the 47-yard line, a gain of 4. Hitting the backfield, looked like a pinball bouncing off there. Phillip gets 4 yards.
Well, luckily, he bounced in number 71, big number 71 for the North Little Rock defense. But he wasn't prepared to make a tackle, and he just kept those feet churning. Great play by Washington.
Again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 4. And what Southside has done on this drive has been the fact they're getting 4 or 5 yards on first down. Really has put them in a good position. This will be the 5th play of the drive, all tied up at 7 with 2:03 to go here in the first quarter. Here's a snap, a handoff to Washington. Fights his way hard, crosses midfield almost to spot him just past midfield, just short of the 49-yard line to bring up 3rd down, 3rd, and about 2.5 for the Mavs.
Those plays are going to pay off later as the more we're running Washington between the tackles. That's going to set up the play-action game.
That being the case, too, you may see more of Clark as they'll check Dimitri Lloyd back into the ball game. Southside will go with Lloyd along with Nathan Bogner in the backfield. Looks like it's going to be a running formation here as Southside tries to get to 3rd down, 3rd down, 3rd, and 3.
Yeah, kind of a elephant or jumbo look to it.
Now, man in motion's Josh Hannon. Here's a snap to Hunt. They want to throw the football. He's going to throw another swing pass out to Dimitri Lloyd, and Lloyd is hit on a great defensive play. Couldn't get turned up. Making the play is Josh Beck. Hits him and stops him because he had the first down if he gets turned.
That play was there, Keith. 4th and 1. We're right at midfield. Coach Williams may be feeling lucky tonight. I don't see the kicking team or the punting team coming.
Well, the two things you have to look at here is the fact that Southside really struggled the last series for North Little Rock. It was a lot of chunk yardage, so why not?
Hey, it's not going to hurt anything. And you know what? Our offense has played well tonight, and let them go. We just got probably, I'd say, less than a yard to gain.
Landon Chafee checks in as they will go with a 2 linebacker formation to the left side. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Washington's going to be hit and not going to make the first down.
Yeah, our point of attack was on the far side of the field. But for whatever reason, that play started leaking toward the middle. He got caught up in all the trash that was there. And, you've got to stick with that point of attack. Follow your blockers and trust your blockers. But still, we didn't lose much.
But that's a play, too. You can second-guess the coaching staff for going for it, but I think you're an underdog in this ball game. You're going to have to take some chances, and I think that was one right there that Southside took. Hopefully the defense will come back and make a stop.
An underdog that happens to be tied 7-7.
And, again, they'll work out of a I formation for the charging Wildcats. Here's a snap. Cotton wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, still looking, is being chased. He gets away from the rush. He's going to tuck the ball, and he fumbles the ball. Let's see who's got it. Looks like Southside may have it.
That's the indication from the Southside players. Let's see what they say officially.
Southside's got it. Let's see who gets off the pile. He may be stolen in the pile.
Still no signal.
Yeah, I think that was Chafee that got the ball for Southside.
There's the signal. It's our ball. So, Keith, about a difference of 2 yards, wasn't it?
And Southside needs some breaks. If things are going to happen, they've got to have that. And that's a great job by Landon Chafee getting that ball.
Yeah, and Keith, I was just sitting here thinking, I don't know how many breaks we've really got this year of which we could capitalize on. So far tonight, we've been capitalizing. We're giving our defense a rest, and what a privilege that is compared to some of our games.
It is, because the second drive of North Little Rock was 10 plays, so you want to get your team off there. Southside runs 7 plays, so the defense did get a rest. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the North Little Rock 49-yard line, 2 backs in the backfield. As Weehunt wants to throw the ball, will take the ball deep down the field. It's going to be incomplete.
A lot of holding going on over there, and I don't think he ever got to establish his route.
That was Connor Austin, the intended receiver. Holding was last year, Philip, when Colton McBride got mugged. On 4th down. Should have been a penalty.
I wasn't there that night, but I could tell by your tenor of your voice on the radio you were not pleased.
I held nothing back that night.
No, you were kind of out of control, but I still enjoyed listening.
Well, when you listen, you're doing a game and there's like 10 onside kicks in a football game, and it lasts 4 hours. You've got nothing left when that thing's over. Again, 6.3 to go in the first quarter, all tied up at 7, second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Here's a snap, a keeper by Parker Weehunt. He crosses the 45. We'll get down to about the North Little Rock 42-yard line. That will be the end of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter, all tied up at 7. We'll be back at the start of the second quarter after this. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
At Shelter Insurance, we know landlords have to keep up with their renters, even if they're related.
Mom, Dad, we just dropped by to pick up your
rent check.
I'm running a little short this month.
Not everything works as smoothly as Shelter's renter's policy. It helps cover stuff in case of fire, theft, and more.
What if I just moved back into my old room?
Oh, you mean Dad's new man cave?
Oh, man.
Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Agent Chris Dooley about a free insurance review.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Mavs as we start the second quarter. The ball will be on the 42-yard line of North Little Rock. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 3. We're all tied up at 7. Hey, I want to say thanks to our sponsors, Frank Rowe Furniture. Best seats in the house, no credit check financing, made in the USA, recliners, sofas, beds, tables, and chairs. Check them out at www.frankrowfurniture.com. Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for the Mavs. Here's a snap, a rollout by Parker Weehunt. Wants to throw the ball. Will throw the ball, and it's going to be incomplete.
Still say you go for it, even though it's 3rd and 3. We're on our side of the field. We'll see what Coach does. No, he wants to kick. That's okay. He wants to pin them deep, I guess.
He's been kind of hard to figure out this year. We had
well, let's think
ball
about
deep against Cabot last week.
Let's think about the strategy. So far, North Little Rock likes fumbles on their end of the field, so this may be part of Coach Williams' strategy here.
Puckett stands at his own 45-yard line.
We have an excellent punter, so let's see what happens.
Jadarian Thomas will be deep, and we're going to have a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car. If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history. With Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Hey, welcome back. Tonight's in-game sponsor at the stadium is Eastside Baptist Church. Tonight, Eastside is a church whose purpose is to transform Fort Smith and beyond. Whether you have never been to church before or you're no longer going, it's a great time to give church another try. Visit us online or follow us on social media at myeastside.tv for a list of service times and activities. Go Mavs! As Southside will punt the ball away. Puckett's not going to have anybody deep as Puckett gets a snap. Here's the punt. It's going to hit inside the 10-yard line and will be dropped and go into the end zone. Landon Chafee was down there to stop the ball but can't get it. And, you know, that's one thing that Puckett's done a good job of. He gives them a chance.
Well, and you know, it was a matter of angles there. Chafee was present, but as the ball angled away from him, that's hard for anybody to get in front of. And, you know, in high school football, there's not much of this bat bag. Once it crosses the plane of that goal line, it's a dead ball.
Be 1st and 10 for North Little Rock at They're on 20-yard line.
Still like the strategy from Coach Williams, because so far North Little Rock hadn't done very well keeping up with their ball.
Cream Cotton will be your quarterback. Again, he'll have Gerald Rice in the backfield as they'll go with an I formation. Here's a snap, a pitch to Rice off the left side. Has a big hole. He's at the 30, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
Linebacker got lost on that play. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Love to have the advantage of replay myself to see what happened, but then the safety got caught on the opposite side of the field. That left nothing but green grass and a blue end zone for North Little Rock.
As North Little Rock will attempt an extra point here, they'll line up with 6 guys on the left side, maybe go for 2. Now they'll bring in their kicker, Liam Selhorst. That was a one-play, 80-yard drive for the North Little Rock touchdown as they now lead 13-7 pending the extra point.
They did have some trouble in pregame, Keith, with their placeholder getting the ball down and ready for the kicker.
Yeah, that's Damon Bell, the backup quarterback. Ball is down, kick is up, and Levi Russell coming off the side almost got it, but the kick is good. 11:33 to go here in the second quarter. Southside trails 14-7. Back with the North Little Rock kickoff after this. Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Got that rattle, squeak, and roll, or that noise you can't control? With affordable pricing on repairs and replacements, the Car Clinic can get you noise-free and on the road again. Wheels, tires, and brake replacement starting at $199 for most vehicles. Needing a fresh look? Let the Car Clinic do your upgrades and accessories. Window tint, the best prices on Scorpion bed liners, car audio, and electronics. The Car Clinic will get your car looking fine and sounding fine again. At the corner of Roberts and Chad Colley. The Car Clinic, ready to serve you. 551-2420.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a one-play, 80-yard touchdown run by Gerald Rice as North Little Rock will kick back off to Southside. 11:33 to go here in the second quarter. And Philip, you were just talking. That was one big play. Now don't let any more happen and make them work. Just make them work for it.
We have been doing that, so that was kind of an anomaly so far tonight.
Here's a short kick and a good job by Hannon to call for a fair catch at the 35-yard line.
I'll take it at 35 anytime you give it to me. If you want to just say that's where you take off and start, that'd be fine with me. Quite an advantage. I don't think North Little Rock's kicker has a lot of distance, so they're trying to use him strategically instead of just booming away.
Well, hopefully what will happen with Southside, getting the ball on the 35-yard line, the quick touchdown by North Little Rock, maybe the defense will be just a bit gassed. Southside had a pretty good drive working before they had to punt the ball away.
Yeah, several plays in consecutive series, especially pass plays, so they're having to use their gas.
Southside go with Bogner along with Washington in the backfield. Here's a snap to Weehunt, hands the ball off. Now he's going to hand it off, and he's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll spot him just short of the 35-yard line. Let's call it second down, second, a long 10.
Yeah, that was kind of one of those plays that you were kind of hoping that Weehunt came out with the ball, but instead he handed it off up the middle to Washington. I think North Little Rock's feeling like they know they're going to run between the tackles, so some misdirection here would probably be to our advantage.
Again, second down, second and 10 for the Mavs. 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Southside trails 14-7. Two backs in the backfield. They'll have Jack Clark along with Jay Washington, and they're trying to set a screen up that's not there, and he just has to throw the ball away.
Yeah, if that screen is slow developing like that one was, you kind of leave your quarterback in the lurch, and Weehunt suffered there because of it. But he wasn't able to get the ball away, so there won't be any lost yardage.
Well, you kind of go the well one too many times, and I think they've kind of picked that one out on us now. So
yeah, they used their speed there. They did come on through as the line let them through for the fake part of it. They used their speed to really harass Weehunt.
Again, third down, third and 10 for the Mavs. And there's 5 yards. Offsides, North Little Rock.
Well, we're saying it is. I believe it to be. I'll take 3rd and 5 over 3rd and 10.
Now, if we had that guy that let the ball go in the end zone last week,
that's why I didn't want to jump out there and say, oh, that's great, because we just never know, do we?
You never know if you had a hand flinch or anything going on the Southside sideline. I'm pretty sure about that one. Hey, check out some of our sponsors. Chafee Construction, one call does it all. 434-5203. Again, third down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs. They'll have Washington in the backfield along with Nathan Bogner. Now they'll bring a man in motion. Josh Hannon. Weehunt wants to throw, tries to take the ball deep down the field, has an open receiver, and there was a lot of face guarding right there. Intended receiver was Jake Tyler. The ball goes incomplete.
I don't think there was any grabbing, though, and I'm sure that's what the referee on the far side of the field was looking at, was for grabs, and I didn't see any jersey movement.
Yeah, it was really a pretty good defensive play.
Not a bad pass either by Weehunt. In fact, I thought for a moment that could be 6 points.
Southside will punt the ball away. That was Slayton Clark on the coverage for North Little Rock as Puckett punts the ball away for Southside. Back deep for North Little Rock will be Jadarian Thomas. Here's a snap. It's a good snap. Here's a kick by Puckett. Going to be a good kick as Thomas is going to let it bounce, and it will take a good Southside bounce inside the 15-yard line down to the 10-9-yard line. What a great punt by Adam Puckett, 41 yards, 51-yard punt.
You know, he may be the most prolific punter that there is in 7A football right now. Sadly, he's had to punt a lot. But when he comes on the field, you know that he's going to get the job done.
Talking to Coach about him during the pregame show, Coach said he's one of those guys that does a great job, and you're going to look up, he's not going to be there.
Yeah, that's the sad part is those skilled position players are a valuable, valuable commodity.
A 3-year starter for the Mavs. As Cream Cotton, your quarterback, takes a snap, wants to throw a slant pass, going to be complete at the 10-yard line. He's going to get across the 15 up to the 17-yard line.
Great open field tackling, but you'd like to see those Southside defenders do a little more ripping when those guys start blocking them down the field like that.
Angel Hernandez along with Levi Russell and Chase Reyna. Chase Reyna, I think, had his best game as a Maverick last week.
Absolutely.
Be second down, 2nd and 2 for the Charging Wildcats. Again, they'll line up in an I formation. You don't see a lot of that, too, Phillip. Working under center, which Cream Cotton does probably 70% of the time.
Yeah, it's a run-heavy plan of attack.
Here's a pitch out to Gerald Rice. He is going to be hit, breaks the first tackle, will be tackled at the 20-yard line. We'll have a first down. Now we've got a flag on the play.
Probably going to be on the Mavericks when it came in that late.
Maybe a face mask.
Yeah, and Keith, that was the same play right there that they scored the touchdown on, so good job by the Mavs to sew that one up.
Going to be a face mask on the Mavs. Personal foul will bring another 15 yards. And Mavs have had some penalties on defense tonight. We've been in the neutral zone twice, and now we have a 15-yard penalty for grabbing the face mask.
Yeah, and that's just giving North Little Rock that much more real estate that we really can't afford to give up.
Be 1st and 10 at the North Little Rock 36-yard line. They lead 14-7, 9:42 to go here in the second quarter.
One of the things we talked about, Keith, was we've got to watch those penalties. And 15-yard face mask is a pretty big penalty.
Cream Cotton calls out signals, takes a snap, looks to his left, throws a ball complete to a wide-open receiver at midfield, will be knocked down at midfield. And on the catch for North Little Rock is number 88, Braylon Battles.
They're only sending about 2 people out in pattern, keeping everybody else to make sure that Cotton isn't harassed, giving him time to throw.
What you do see, you see the speed factor. The pass to Jake Tyler, he's right with him on the pass. We give about 4 or 5 yards. It's really an easy pitch and catch if you can get the ball there.
Sure.
1st and 10 at the Southside 49-yard line. Cotton calls out signals. He fumbles the snap, takes it now, and goes forward across the 45 down to the Southside 42-yard line.
Yeah, I thought there for a minute we've got a Maverick down on the play.
Yeah, we've got an injured Maverick, and with that injury, let's go ahead and take a timeout. You're some Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Joe's Grill is the only place to watch the Hogs. Watch every game at Joe's. Enjoy half-price apps during the game. And with TVs all around the restaurant, you'll have a front row seat. Half-price appetizers like brisket nachos, Mexican pizza, 10-layer dip, or Joe's humongous sampler platter. All half-price. Watch every Hog game at Joe's. Half-price apps during every Hog game at Joe's. 3400 South 74th Street across from Harps.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Here's a quick pass complete again to the receiver. We'll have a first down. Gets about 2 yards on the play, and that's all he needed. Again, that was Battles on the catch.
Still giving credit to the Southside defense. It was only a 2-yard gain, Keith. I realize it resulted in a first down, but you don't want to see those pass plays turn out 10 yards, 15, 20, even, heaven forbid, a touchdown.
The injury there was to Jeremiah Van Hook. He appears to be okay.
Yeah, Bailey Proctor checked in the ball game for Van Hook. 1st and 10 at the Southside 38-yard line. Here's a handoff to the fullback. He's going to get down to the Southside 35-yard line. on the carry as Aaron Sims will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Charging Wildcats. And that was the play last year that they ran so effective against Southside. It's just a quick hitter. But what the difference is with their fullback is he's not your traditional fullback who's slow. He's fast.
He's very quick, and if you don't grab a hold of him in just a matter of a blink of an eye, he's going to be 5-10 yards up the field.
For 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Charging Wildcats. Here's a pitch to the tailback. He's going to be hit and dropped at the Southside 31-yard line. That is Gerald Rice on the carry. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 3.
Yeah, not a bad effort there. They got probably 4 or 5 yards out of the play, but good tackling by the Southside defense. Really can't complain about the Southside defense tonight at all.
Well, we had really just the one play. They're going to score points. You just have to try to eliminate the big plays, and it was the big play that really is the difference. Well, it is the difference in the ball game. 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Here's a pitch again to Rice. He's got a hole. Boy, he is hit and dropped. That was Dakota Wareheim making the play for the Southside defense. Going to get a pretty good spot here at about the 17-yard line. Will be a 1st down for North Little Rock.
One thing we can say, Keith, about especially the secondary for the Mavericks is you want to play in their playground, they're going to hit you.
Excuse me, that's actually the 27-yard line where they'll spot the ball. That'd be 1st and 10. The safeties, we lost a couple of good safeties last year, Mason Gregory being one of them. But our 2 safeties this year have really stepped up. Levi Russell, a young sophomore, looks like he's going to be a future star for the Mavs. As Cotton wants to throw the ball, keep it off the side, cuts it back inside, will be across the 25-yard line down to the 20-yard line. Will be a gain of 7, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 3.
You know, a name we haven't called a whole lot tonight, and we need to see more involved in the game, is going to be some of our linebacker core. And I think one of the reasons is they're keeping the tight end in almost every play. And the tight end is going headhunting up in the linebacker area.
And we're seeing a lot of Sam Sanders out there, too. He's been injured off and on the bulk of the season. Good to see him back on the field tonight. Southside, again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd, 4 for North Little Rock. Here's a handoff to the fullback. What a good play by the Southside defense as they hit him right at the line of scrimmage.
Some of that was actually a stunt, I believe. Sean Rogers was free on that play. They didn't run toward him. But that helped to kind of create a little mess there where the fullback couldn't really take off and go.
And Landon Chafee made the play for the Southside defense. Checking back in the ballgame for Southside will be Jeremiah Van Hook. This will be the 10th play of the drive, which started at the North Little Rock 9-yard line. Formation for the Charging Wildcats. They'll pitch it outside, and he's going to be hit. That's Rice. Falls forward, close to a 1st down.
I think he's a little short, but again, I'm a little hesitant to say that.
They'll spot him right about the 17. I think he may be short. How about it, Dalton?
Yeah, it looks a little short to me, guys. One matchup I'm particularly enjoying down here is number 57, Aaron Smith. He's an SMU commitment. He's 6'6", and every now and then he's going up against Sean Rogers, an excellent junior that SMU is here recruiting tonight. Potentially 2 future teammates right there.
How about that? I guess we're going to measure, even though it looked like they were about a yard short, Keith.
It's going to be about half, well, not even that, maybe 8 inches.
Yeah, just the referee holding his hands up in the air to show the coaches about how far it is. They're going to go for it.
Well, no doubt. And the play they'll probably run, they ran last time, was just a quarterback sneak. But the other effective play is just running that fullback up the middle. So they've got plenty of options here. Southside obviously will probably load the box down. That's what they're going to do. Again, North Little Rock works from an I formation, be 4th down, 4th and inches, as Cotton calls out signals.
They're hoping we'll jump off sides, too, with a little delay here.
Chafee looks like he wants to try to maybe bust the play up off the right side. Here's a snap. It's going to be a deep pitch out to Rice. There was a hold out there as Rice gets inside the 15 down to the Southside 11-yard line.
May have been a hold, but no flags on the field, so that's going to be a 1st down for the Charging Wildcats.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 11-yard line.
Still not a bad play, and they fooled us even on that one. We figured they'd keep it in the middle. And just so everybody at home can understand, the fullback that they're using is maybe a yard off the quarterback, so you can imagine how quick it is when he hits that line.
It'll remind people of the flex bone that Ken Hatfield used to run. You had the fullback right up, yes. Here's a snap to Kareem Cotton. Will keep the ball. Will be hit and dropped at about the 8-yard line as Sean Rogers makes the play for the Southside defense. Will bring up second down. They'll spot him at the 9, second down, 2nd and 8 for the charging Wildcats.
Not a bad play by the Southside defense, and they are still, Keith, except for that one big play, they're keeping the ball in front of.
Exactly. Dalton, was that a play that you saw down there? Obviously, Sean Rogers won the battle.
That's right, he did, Keith, and he's lining up both at inside and some at defensive end. They're moving him around a lot for maximum opportunity.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 8 for the charging Wildcats. I'll bring a man in motion. Here's a pitch out to Rice. He's going to be tripped up as he falls forward to about the 4-yard line. We'll bring up third down, 3rd and 3 for the charging Wildcats. And the thing about Rice, what makes him so effective, Phillip, is he's 5'9", but when he falls forward, he seems like he's 6'3" because he gets every inch.
Yeah, it really goes a long ways. And you know, the thing that I'm beginning to get a little concerned about, Keith, good thing 4 minutes to halftime is Southside's defense has been out there for a lot of plays.
Exactly. This will be the 14th play of the drive. They already had one 10-play drive. It'll be third down, 3rd and 3 at the Southside 4-yard line. Can make a first down to the 1-yard line. As now we've got a whistle on the play.
I believe it's going to be a timeout.
The Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
The fall celebration is here at Crabtree RV. Take advantage of RV show pricing on hundreds of new models. Deer Hunter specials under $10K and wholesale to the public prices on dozens of pre-owned RVs and the most money for your trade. These deals are so good, it's scary. And we are topping it off with the Crabtree Trunk or Treat, Saturday, October 19th at 6 p.m. Bring the kids and celebrate with us at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Hal's Beef Jerky is the place you gotta go.
For over 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering their mouth-watering beef jerky with a variety of spices and flavors. Spend $20 at the store in Shady Point and get a free $5 bag. Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is also available online at halshomemadebeefjerky.com or just call Hal at 918-635-5759.
Hal's Beef Jerky is the place you gotta go.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky in Shady Point, Oklahoma.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. We've got 3:47 to go here before the half. Southside trails 14-7. It'll be third down, 3rd and 3 for the charging Wildcats. The ball will be spotted at the Southside 4-yard line.
Be a wonderful time to see the Southside defense make a great play right here.
Again, North Little Rock lines up in a I formation, 2 tight ends. Here's a snap, a handoff to Rice, the running back. He's going to be hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. What a great job by Southside. I believe, again, Dalton, that was Sean Rogers making the play for the Southside defense.
They're not blocking him very well. He's putting on a show tonight for SMU and for Southeast Missouri State, who's here as well to watch him.
I like it. And, Dalton, one of the things that I think is so important there is we're moving that line of scrimmage back on them.
And they'll go for it here on 4th down, 4th and 2. Cotton takes the snap. He's going to pitch it to his running back, Rice. He's going to be hit and dropped. I don't think he made it.
No, he didn't.
Guys, this is going to be very close depending on the spot.
Maybe a first down, though. That's the only thing that you got to worry about.
Well, they moved it in pretty good for him. I think it is a first down.
Yeah, they went ahead and gave it to him.
That's a play they've had a considerable amount of success on, and they keep going back to it, and they will until we can prove to shop it.
Yeah, and if you look at it, Dalton, if it wasn't where it would have been an excellent play on defense, just maybe a yard out of it.
Be first and goal at the 1-yard line. Cotton takes a snap. He's going to do a quarterback sneak towards the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, that's kind of disheartening there because what a great stand by the Southside defense. And, North Little Rock's doing what they're doing, Keith. They're not spreading the field. They're not getting fancy. In fact, it reminds you of maybe some old school football back 25, 30 years ago.
Well, that was a 16-play, 91-yard drive. That is Brett Beelum, if he were still the Arkansas Razorback coach, would be smiling right now if he saw
so
him.
Proud of him, wouldn't he?
Exactly.
But he's not here.
As Selhorst will come in to attempt the extra point for the charging Wildcats. Yeah, good job by Southside, though, making them work for it.
Does take a toll on your defense, though.
Ball is down. Your kick is up. Again, Levi Russell comes off the edge. The kick is good. North Little Rock now leads Southside 21-7. Back with a Wildcat kickoff after this. Just a Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Rowe Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back again. There was a 16-play, 91-yard drive for the Charging Wildcats. They now lead Southside 21-7. It's been interesting from North Little Rock in the fact you've had a 16-play drive, a 10-play drive, and a 1-play drive for the scores. So they're mixing it up well. But again, as you said, Philip, a good job by the Southside defense hanging in there and really came very close to getting a stop on fourth down. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Connor Austin. Crosses the 25. Will get up across the 30-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive. And, gentlemen, I got to say this right now for Southside down 21-7. North Little Rock gets the ball, start the second half. It's imperative that they run the clock down. Don't let the Charging Wildcats get the ball back before the half.
2.5 minutes left, Keith, and this is a time where you want to matriculate down the field. We don't want to score too early and give it back to them, but we do want to score here. And wouldn't that be a big capstone to this first half that, you're hanging with these guys. Apparently there was a penalty on the kickoff, which moved the ball probably a hold up to about the 40.
What's interesting, if it's a hold, it was a hold on the kicking team. You don't see that a lot because it was a 10-yard penalty.
It is Arkansas high school football, and we've seen a lot of stuff this year.
Be first and 10 for the Mavs at their own 40-yard line. Here's a snap to Weehunt. He's going to keep the ball and will be rudely thrown down back at the line of scrimmage.
Something happened on that play. Nothing looked right. I think everybody was kind of discombobulated.
That was Marcus Stovall making the play for North Little Rock. Again, 2:17 to go here. And I would think Coach Williams at this point in the half, second down, second 10. I always say this right before the half. If you hit a big play, you go to 2-minute mode. Otherwise, work that clock. And that's what Southside's doing. They're down to 17 on the play clock. As Weehunt calls out signals, takes the snap. He wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws the ball, going to be complete on a diving catch.
Keith, we just hadn't had much luck tonight with our receivers and yards after catch. They've been making the catches. That's not the problem. But, those big plays come from yards after the catch.
That was Jake Tyler making the catch, brings up third down, 3rd and 7 for the Mavs. Again, 1:36 to go here. A bit surprised that North Little Rock not using their timeouts.
Yeah, I think they're content with the way the game is right now.
The Southside will go trip set to the left of Weehunt, one back in the backfield, Washington. You've got that one-on-one matchup off the other side. As Weehunt wants to throw the ball, he eludes the pressure. Now he has an open field. If he can get outside, he's got a first down across midfield. He's at the 40, down to the North Little Rock 37-yard line. What a great job by Parker Weehunt. Now we go to the 2-minute offense, 1:09 to go here.
The only problem we got is the 2-minute offense, and we got 1 minute left. So we're going to have to really be judicious. In fact, I would think most of the plays here are going to be pass plays, unless the run's just wide open like it was there for Weehunt.
But you've got 2 timeouts, so plenty of time to get some points here if you're Southside. Again, 1st and 10 at the North Little Rock 37-yard line. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the ball. Throws the ball. Going to be complete. That's his receiver over there. He's at the 20. Oh. Inside the 20 and a shoestring tackle over there making the play for Southside. That was number 82, Jackson Morosky, with the catch. One step, he's in the end zone.
I thought he was going to do it. There was no one in front of him but a goal line. But great play by the North Little Rock defender because that was all they had to go with.
Be 1st and 10 at the North Little Rock 19-yard line. Trip set to the wide side of the field. Here's a pass towards the end zone. Should be a penalty. A lot of hand-grabbing there as Connor Austin was held on the play.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but the refs aren't picking up on a lot of stuff. There's been a few plays like that in which we really wondered if there should have been a flag.
I like the call, Southside really pushed that. They had man coverage on Austin, thought it was a good time to take a deep shot. Potentially missed call there.
Yeah, I think that's the only reason it was successful, Dalton, was there was some holding that was going on. He couldn't really get where he needed to.
A second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs at the North Little Rock 19-yard line. Washington in the backfield. Now a man in motion. Here's a snap, and he's being rushed. That's Parker Weekhunt. Tucks it. He's inside the 15, or almost to the 15. What a good form tackle. Making the tackle over there is Slayton Clark. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Mavericks. Southside will take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. Just the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Trick or treat.
No tricks, only treats at Crane Hyundai of Fort Smith this October. Joe Pulliam is treating you with state tax paid on new in-stock Hyundais and interest rates as low as 0.9%. Plus, $2,250 off select 2020 models. Get 0% for 72 months on new 2019 Elantras, Tucsons, and Santa Fe's. Treat yourself to America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. Lower interest and lower payment. Shop CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com, 3600 0 Street. Excludes 2020 policies with approved courtesy dealer for details.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Mavs at the North Little Rock 17-yard line. Here's a snap. Weekhunt looks to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, is going to be sacked and dropped at the 20-yard line. And
gotta burn it.
Southside will take their last timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Wanting a fresh feel, look, or decor for your home or space? Wasted Repurpose Marketplace has your specific look to fit your budget and your personality. Handpicked, vintage, antique, farmhouse, and so much more decor will have your visions becoming reality. Wasted also has it all for your fall, home, and holiday decorating. Voted a Best of the Best finalist for 3 years in a row. Shop at Wasted, 1520 Towson Avenue, or find them on Facebook. Wasted Repurpose Marketplace, 1520 Towson Avenue.
Calico County is serving great American food in an atmosphere full of American memories. Their hearty portions are served with your choice of over 20 side items. They also have half-pound burgers plus a great selection of soups, sandwiches, and fresh salads as well. And their homemade cinnamon rolls will melt in your mouth. Calico County is cooking breakfast every day until 11 a.m. Visit their website, calicocounty.net, for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or your catering needs. Roll on in to Calico County, just off Rogers Avenue behind Randall Ford.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio. Spirit 106.3.
I remember after the game, we will name our Fort Smith Flooring Group offensive and defensive players of the game. Again, it's 4th down, 4th and 12 for the Mavs. They'll go for it here as a rollout by Parker Weekhunt throws the ball, going to be complete. He's inside the 10. That's Morosky inside the 5 to the 4-yard line.
Should be about 15 seconds left on the clock. He got out of bounds.
Jackson Morosky, we haven't seen him play, but in mop-up duty all year, he's got 2 big catches here in the first half.
Fundamental to this drive completely, Keith. Without those 2 big plays, we wouldn't be talking about 1st and goal.
Exactly. Dalton, what you really like the fight in Southside tonight?
That was a terrific play right there. That's what we call a sprint out, and the man was wide open. Terrific call by the coaches there, and well played, too.
North Little Rock's going to call a timeout here, Keith.
And with that timeout, we'll take one, too. Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. It'll be 1st and goal for Southside at the North Little Rock 2-yard line. Southside trails 21-7. Big play here. Very impressed, guys, with the grid of the Southside offense coming back. We were more concerned about maybe trying to get out of the half down 21-7. Now we have a chance to cut the lead to 7.
You know, one of the things we talked about, Keith, when this drive started, it's imperative that we score and we keep the game running in the same direction that we want it to be. And Southside's got nothing to be ashamed of tonight. They've played hard. North Little Rock is an excellent team. We've got a chance to be 21-14 with them at halftime.
Again, first and goal for the Mavs. Weehunt takes a snap, wants to throw the ball. Will throw a quick pass in the middle. Going to be incomplete. Should be a flag.
There it is.
And
finally.
Yeah, and you got number 29 over there dancing like he didn't do nothing. But, hey, son, you got to let go of the shirt. But that's only a yard.
Sometimes you just got to dance, but it doesn't matter to the back judge there. It was clearly a...
Well, he said basically he gave me that call on the corner earlier, so...
Yeah. Actually, 2 flags are down on the field. I would assume it's for the same infraction.
Okay, what's the chances that Southside runs the football here?
I think they'd be pretty high, especially depending on where the spot is. Looks like it's going to be about the 2-yard line. No, actually, about less than the yard line.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking, guys. Here's the conundrum. What do you do here? You run it. It's the last play.
Dalton, I'd go elephant. You know how I feel about it.
Well, 11.9 to go here before the half. It's a tough call because if you do run the football, you're going to have to immediately spike the ball with 11.9. I'm not sure you can do that.
Yeah, we don't have any timeouts left.
Weehunt calls out signals. Now here comes a man in motion. Here's the snap to Weehunt. Rolls to his right. Will throw the ball towards the corner of the end zone out of bounds. Good job by Parker Weehunt just getting rid of the ball. And something else we got to consider here, guys, where the ball's at right now, that's a very makeable field goal. You definitely don't want to leave this situation with no points.
No, we need points. But you know what? Especially with those 2 sprint outs, Dalton, wouldn't it be a perfect time for a bootleg?
Yeah, it would. And that was another sprint out, that time to the short side of the field, which isn't as common. You very well might see a bootleg here heading to the open field.
Coach Williams usually has strategy behind every play that he calls, setting up the next play, and so I'm anxious to see what this one is.
I'd like to see maybe just a quick slant to the post, maybe a quick skinny post on the inside receiver. Here's a snap to Weehunt. He wants to throw the ball to the inside. It's a skinny post, incomplete.
And no call on that. He actually tackled him.
I think that's another missed call.
One of those things, Dalton.
Well, but I will say this, even though there was a tackle, the ball, I think, was just a bit, maybe led him just a bit too far. But, of course, obviously the tackle might have caused that, too. So,
well, I think it was a catchable ball. Obviously, if it's not a catchable ball, it's not an infraction. But I don't think they ever considered that. They just decided they weren't going to throw a flag.
So the other kid's probably telling the ref, why didn't you give me that same break on the previous play? Okay.
Yeah.
And
if you don't score, though, it was successful for North Little Rock.
Now Southside needs to hurry here, and whatever they do it quick with 5.2 to go. Here's a snap to Weehunt. Wants to throw the ball, throws the ball towards the end zone. Touchdown, Southside.
What a great play. And, Keith, you kept calling for that skinny post, but this time it wasn't the interior post. It was one of the further out ones, a little bit flatter. And I think it gave Weehunt just a little bit better angle.
That was Connor Austin on the touchdown catch for Southside. Guys, what a great drive. That was a 10-play, 60-yard drive for the Mavs to close the half. Just hoping at the time that we can run the clock out, go in down by 14. Now we go in down by 7.
1.5 seconds left.
Best drive I've seen all year.
Exactly. I agree. And I think the play to Morosky over there to get the first down was a very big play as Banda attempts the extra point. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 1.5 seconds to go here before half. Southside now trails 21-14. Be back with the Maverick kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football. Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. That was a 10-play, 60-yard drive, a 1-yard touchdown pass from Parker Weehunt to Connor Austin. Southside now trails 21-14. They'll kick the ball off to the charging Wildcats. And what was so nice about that, too, guys, There's only 1.5 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, and the clock won't start until they touch it, so we don't want to do anything crazy here.
Banda will kick off. Here's the kick. It's going to hit and fielded at the 17-yard line. He goes across field. Will be hit at the 32-yard line. Will be dropped at the 32-yard line on a gang tackle, and Southside will go in with all the momentum here at the half, down 21-14.
Absolutely wonderful to see.
Exactly. And Dalton, you're down there on the sidelines. Got to be a very happy Southside Maverick team right now.
Yeah, these coaches are very upbeat. That was a terrific drive, being able to pass the football. Terrific coaching decision, too. You want to match the time. You get that quick passing route there at the end, leaving just enough time for a field goal if you need it. Worked out to perfection. Great drive.
Exactly. Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 21-14. Be back with halftime highlights after this. Just Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Art's Barbecue and Burgers has the best burger in town. And every Saturday, enjoy any burger at Art's and get $1 off. Try Art's Bacon Cheeseburger, topped with house-smoked bacon, or the Art Attack with bacon, ham, and a fried egg. And all of Art's burgers come with a mound of fresh-cut fries, or upgrade to Art's homemade onion rings. $1 off all burgers every Saturday at Art's Barbecue and Burgers, 8203 Rogers Avenue, next to Aaron's in Fort Smith.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass. Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality service in the area. Customer service and safety are the top priorities for all of their customers. They can take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed in the same day. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
Trick or treat.
No tricks, only treats at Crane Hyundai of Fort Smith this October. Joe Pulliam is treating you with state tax paid on new in-stock Hyundais and interest rates as low as 0.9%. Plus, $2,250 off select 2020 models. Get 0% for 72 months on new 2019 Elantras, Tucsons, and Santa Fe's. Treat yourself to America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. Lower interest and lower payment. Shop CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com, 3600 0 Street. Excludes 2020 policies with pre-courtesy dealer for details.
I think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper.
Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
This is the Southside Mavericks halftime report on Spirit 106.3. Brought to you by Frank Rowe Furniture, the best seat in the house.
Welcome back to Jim Rowland Stadium, and the score right now, we're at halftime between the Southside Mavericks and the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats. 21 for the Wildcats, 14 for the Mavericks. Gotta say, I'm impressed by what I've seen so far. Right now, the crowd's being entertained by the award-winning Southern Belle drill team. I think tonight there's even some festivities here at halftime where they're going to crown a band queen. So that'll take up a lot of our halftime festivities. But I want to talk about the game and what a great game it has been for us tonight to see Southside, to have that fire, that fighting spirit. This is your home stadium. You got to have that play. Dalton, I know that you've seen a lot of stuff there in line play, which I know you love to watch, both defensively and offensively. And so what are your thoughts, Dalton?
Well, I still can't get over that final drive of the half, which, as I've stated numerous times now, it's the best drive I've seen all year. This team continues to improve week over week, which has been difficult to say as losses have been happening, but they looked great that first half against a very valuable and quality squad from North Little Rock. The offensive line has performed decently, but they're going up against a pretty solid defensive line. Very big at that, with a Division I commitment at one of the defensive end spots. And on defense for us, Sean Rogers has been making a lot of things happen right up the middle, having a great game as well. So on the whole, very pleased with the first half.
Yeah, and it's one of those games that you have a feeling that, you know, we're not going to be mercy ruled. We're not going to back down, and we're going to play the football that we want to play. Maybe a little bit more passing than we're normally seeing from the Mavericks. But with North Little Rock, historically last year in the state playoffs, the semifinals, in fact, passing was the key to Southside staying in the game, as North Little Rock really doesn't like to defend that pass.
That's right. They don't. They really like to run the football, and they aren't very good at throwing the ball. So what are you seeing in practice each week? That when you're on defense going up against that offense. So I got to say, the missing element for you know, you don't want to simplify things too much, but one of the missing elements for Southside early on has been the ability to throw the football. And when they can throw the football as well as they did to close out the half there, it opens up so many other dimensions for your team, and it really was just great to see.
Well, isn't it nice to know, Dalton, that we saw some play tonight from some guys that maybe we don't call their names that often. Number 82, Jackson Morawski, came up with two big catches to really keep that final drive alive. And, hey, I want to shout out to number 81, Cale Sheets. In the first quarter when we first scored, he actually snapped an extra point ball. He's the placeholder. He actually snatched that out of the air, had to stand up, got back down, got the ball down. We got the extra point, and that's the result. We have 14 points instead of 13.
I love that you're calling out players who maybe don't get as much recognition but are just as valuable to the overall points scored on the field. You've been seeing as well some great blocking from our receiver corps in the open field that Morawski was able to take advantage of, and really quality playmaking there and yards after catch that set us up nicely for sure.
One of the things, Dalton, that I think that is so important that we need to maybe work on a little bit is we're making our pass connections. There at the final drive, we got some yards after catch, but for most of the first half, it was a pass, it was a completion. That was the end of the play. If you got 5 yards on that, that was all you got. And how important is it to have those yards after the catch?
Those yards after catch can make the difference between winning and losing in so many games, and we saw the benefit of the right there in the open field. It's also a credit to the coaching staff when you've got that much of an open field. It means you got coverage deficiencies that they're able to take advantage of. So credit all around there.
Yeah, I know that one of the things that concerns me going to the second half, and it may play out to not be a concern, but just as a concerned citizen, I need to bring attention to it, is that Southside defense has been on the field a lot of the first half. However, that last drive chewed up a lot of clock, a lot of play time, and that gave that defense a break. But I think one of the things to watch in the second half is, can the defense keep that endurance and keep that momentum going, especially because North Little Rock's going to get the kickoff to start the second half.
Yes, for sure. You got to keep your defense off the field. And North Little Rock, the way they play football this year, run, and run again, is just going to eat up that clock. So it's very important when your offense is on the field to make use of those possessions, because eating up the clock, as Southside has been prone to do in the past, really cuts down the ability to have effective drives and shortens the game as well.
Yeah, Dalton, one of the things that I noticed tonight that we haven't seen is a lot of breaks went Southside's way. At least 2 occasions, North Little Rock put the ball on the ground. North Little Rock had some penalties, and the difference maybe tonight is we've been able to capitalize on that offensively when we got that break, when we were able to flip the field. And the first fumble that they had, we'd actually punted, and folks are hanging their heads. We had to punt, but it actually flipped the field from the 20 of one end of the field to the 20 at the other end. And those are the kind of things that great teams take advantage of, and that's how you have a winning record.
Yes, being mentally strong, not letting bad drives get you down is vitally important. And on that note, I want to point out that Rice, North Little Rock's running back, who's playing so well, started the year as a third-string linebacker and fourth-string defensive back. And here he is back-to-back weeks as their primary running back, looking at 100 yards per pop. So for young players out there, players that may not be getting a ton of snaps, perfect opportunity to see what can still happen. All it takes is one or two plays, and you're out there to take advantage.
Remind everybody that as Southside comes back to the field in a few moments, that Dalton's going to be speaking to Coach Williams as he returns to the field. But for right now, we're going to take a commercial break. A lot of people have paid money so we can hear this broadcast, and we want to give them credit. So please be kind and be a patron of our sponsors and thank them for supporting Southside football. We'll be right back. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Fresh means fresh, as in no preservatives. That's right. If it's fresh, it doesn't need to be preserved. Try Jim's 100% premium Wisconsin cheese. Fresh whole milk mozzarella, wood smoked provolone, old world style Romano and Parmesan. The freshest all-you-can-eat salad bar in town. No preservatives and fresh every time. At the corner of Greenwood and Gary in Fort Smith.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
Trick or treat.
No tricks, only treats at Crane Hyundai of Fort Smith this October. Joe Pulliam is treating you with state tax paid on new in-stock Hyundais and interest rates as low as 0.9%. Plus, $2,250 off select 2020 models. Get 0% for 72 months on new 2019 Elantras, Tucsons, and Santa Fe's. Treat yourself to America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. Lower interest and lower payment. Shop CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com, 3600 0 Street. Excludes 2020 policies with free courtesy dealer for details.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside football. Go Landon.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same as cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
Welcome back to Southside Maverick football. We're still at halftime here at Jim Rowland Stadium. Beautiful night, crisp night, and right now they are still celebrating the contestants for the Southside Maverick Band Queen Contest. They haven't named a queen yet, and if we can figure out who it is, we'll be sure and let you know on this broadcast here tonight. Dalton, we need to talk about what's going to be important in that next half. You know, we talked about some of the things in the first half, some great things, maybe some things for us to work on, but what are the things we're going to have to do if we want to win this football game?
I think one of the first things we've got to do is take advantage of our momentum here on the first drive of the second half. North Little Rock's going to get the ball back, and well, you know exactly what they're going to want to do. They're going to have a long drive, pounding the football, end up in the end zone, and take away all momentum we have and all the feel goods in our system. So that first drive is going to be very important. Second, obviously, is to continue that offensive success. Being able to throw the football opens up so many windows on the ground as well. If we can do both of those things, plus add some defensive effort and stops on the other side, as we saw in the first half, we could be in for a pretty good ball game.
Yeah, the North Little Rock had already made some adjustments in the first half. You know, we were very successful with our screen game, kind of taking advantage of their defensive speed and using it against them. But they really got to where they were sniffing those out pretty quickly. So kudos to North Little Rock and their coaching staff, and I know right now they're in the locker room making adjustments and probably letting their team have it a little bit, because Southside by right shouldn't be in this ball game.
Right, but you know, just 1 week ago they played Conway within a 10-point game. Obviously they won that, and Southside played Conway pretty well 2 weeks ago too. So again, Southside continues to improve each week, and when they can get points on the board, their games are going to be competitive the rest of the year, is strongly how I feel. So you're absolutely right. They're going to make adjustments here at the half, and we are as well. But North Little Rock has a very big defensive line. They're going to try to make pressure on the quarterback and get in the backfield on our runs a little bit quicker here in the second half. That's certainly one of their keys.
Well, you can tell, Dalton, that they've watched a lot of film. Some of the plays been successful over the last several weeks. Haven't been all that successful. You know, kind of the almost play-action quarterback keep that we were using successfully over the last couple of games really hadn't been there tonight. I think that's credit to their film work. But, you know, what I'd like to see is, I know Coach Williams always has some plays up his sleeve that he never wants to get printed on film. So if they're good students of film, wouldn't it be nice to throw something at them they haven't seen yet?
Yeah, it absolutely would, Phillip. And one of the things I particularly enjoy about watching a season progress is by the end of a season, the other team's basically seen everything you've thrown, you've seen everything they've thrown, and it's how can you adapt and adjust, and how do you match up on your strengths versus them adjusting to your strengths. So as we're moving on, we're here in the second half of the season. That's something that I'll enjoy watching, and you're absolutely right. We'll see if we have any trick plays up our sleeve here in the second half.
All right. Well, we're getting ready for the second half here. Halftime festivities are still going on, but we're going to go ahead and take another break. And when we come back, we should have Dalton with Coach Williams to give us his words, what he thinks is going to be important in this next half, and also a reflection on the first half. This is Southside Maverick Football. You're listening to Spirit 106.3.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon.
The fall celebration is here at Crabtree RV. Take advantage of RV show pricing on hundreds of new models. Deer Hunter specials under $10K and wholesale to the public prices on dozens of pre-owned RVs and the most money for your trade. These deals are so good, it's scary. And we are topping it off with the Crabtree Trunk or Treat, Saturday, October 19th at 6 p.m. Bring the kids and celebrate with us at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Life would be so much easier if you could afford a reliable car.
If you could get approved for financing and move past your credit history, with Byrider, it can be easier. Choose from our inventory of quality cars, all with great warranties or optional service plans. Plus, we'll work with your credit challenges to try and get you approved for financing. So you can stop saying if and start moving forward. Byrider. Buy, finance, drive on. Begin your online application today at byrider.com.
Got that rattle, squeak, and roll, or that noise you can't control? With affordable pricing on repairs and replacements, the Car Clinic can get you noise-free and on the road again. Wheels, tires, and brake replacements starting at $199 for most vehicles. Needing a fresh look? Let the Car Clinic do your upgrades and accessories. Window tint, the best prices on Scorpion bed liners, car audio, and electronics. The Car Clinic will get your car looking fine and sounding fine again. At the corner of Roberts and Chad Colley. The Car Clinic, ready to serve you. 551-2420.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Your voice lets him know he's safe. Shelter Insurance does the same for you. Roadside assistance is now included with your auto policy. So if your car leaves you stranded, just call and we'll take care of you while you take care of what's most important. Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Some restrictions apply.
For details, see Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
Welcome back to Jim Rowling Stadium. Southside trails 21-14 here at the half. Been a very good first half for Southside. A very nice close, down 21-7. Score a late touchdown to close the gap to 7. And, in the second half, we're going to have just a minute, have Dalton Person with Coach Jeff Williams. And I'm sure he's a very happy Coach Jeff Williams right now.
Yeah, this is one of those games, Keith, that maybe, you just mark off the schedule and say, well, North Little Rock's too talented for us. They're too big. They're too strong. They're too fast. Got to be pleased with the effort we've seen here tonight. And this is what Southside Maverick football should be about. Fight, fight, fight. And this is your home field, and you've got to protect what's yours.
A 10-play drive there at the half was a thing of beauty for Southside to get back in the ball game. Did two things. Obviously, got the defense off the field, and I think we may have Coach Williams down there with Dalton now. So let's send it down to Dalton with Coach Jeff Williams.
Here with Coach Williams. Coach, terrific terrific drive to close out the half there. What did you like that you saw from your offense?
Well, I like the way I think Parker's staying in there. They're playing, obviously, me and you talked before the game, playing a lot of man coverage, putting some press, and we can do some rub routes. And we're just going to have to get rid of it quick because they're bringing sometimes more than we can protect. But he's done a really good job. I thought our offensive line's played well. We've ran the ball well. And defensively, we played pretty well. Gave up one big play. But we got to do a better job in third and short situations. We've jumped off sides a couple of times. They've hit us on the sweep a little bit, but we've done a good job of creating turnovers.
North Little Rock gets the ball to start the second half here. What do you want to see?
Well, I think any game right here, we always talk about the first 4 minutes of the second half that are just huge, in the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, and we need to come out and get a stop. We just got to keep hitting them, and they got some new guys back there in the backfield. Maybe they'll lay it on the ground and give us a short field, give us an opportunity.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
Sounds like a very happy Coach Jeff Williams as Southside will kick the ball off to North Little Rock to start the second half. And guys, we talked about this. That first drive of the second half is very important. Maybe get a stop. And Coach is right. You've got as Dalton talked about earlier, you've got a four-string running back in there that started out as a linebacker, so there's always that chance. And also what plays into a game like tonight, only down 21-14. North Little Rock expected to have this game in hand by now. They don't. So the longer the game goes like this, I think it plays towards Southside's favor.
Yeah, you get a little bit of shock in your system, if you've been predicted to beat somebody and you look up and the score is as close as it is. But as Coach Williams said, that first 4 minutes is going to be really important, especially with North Little Rock having the ball. We need to hit them in the mouth. We need to get the ball back and let our offense do what it did right there at the end of the first half.
Isaac Bandit will kick off for the Mavs to start the second half. Saw a lot of step with the kids, too. After they scored the touchdown, they kicked off. You had gang tackling on the play, so you really saw Southside get a little bit of life there. And what can you say about the offense? A 10-play drive right there at the half, and we talk about, well, let's try to run the clock down, go in down 14.5. We don't do that. We get the touchdown.
And with very little time left on the clock, what, the second and a half?
Second and a half. As Isaac Banda kicks off, it's a line drive kick that will bounce and go out of bounds. Will be a penalty on Southside.
Hate to see that because that puts them at the 35 with the penalty. But I still understand the strategy. Those guys are very fast, and we don't want to give up a big play on a kickoff.
But that being said, our special teams has been one of the highlights all year. Very rarely have you seen them make any mistakes whatsoever.
You know, I'm not about to start doubting Coach Williams right now, and I'm sure there's something on film that he's seen or talking to other coaches that said that's a dangerous thing to let them just have a flat kickoff.
Be 1st and 10 for the Charging Wildcats. They'll start their opening drive on their own 35-yard line. Again, Kareem Cotton, your quarterback, works under center, brings a man in motion, hands it to the motion man off the left side. Southside gets outside. They're going to force him outside. He's going to be knocked out of bounds after maybe, well, a pretty good gain of 4 yards. Looked like he went out of bounds about the 37. They'll spot him at the 39.
I think that was a generous spot. But Southside had a different look on defense there, had a 43 look instead of a 34 look.
Good job with Southside spreading that play out and forcing him to try to get what he could. But, again, as we talked about, you saw the speed of North Little Rock. He does get the corner. Most teams wouldn't have gotten the corner.
No, that would have been probably a lost play.
Brings up second down, 2nd and 6 for the Charging Wildcats. The ball will be spotted at their own 39-yard line, one back in the backfield. Here's a snap. It's going to be a handoff to the fullback. He's going to be hit, gets away, still gets away. He's at midfield. He's at the 45 at the Southside 42-yard line. On the carry for North Little Rock is Aaron Sims. A great run by Sims. 2 or 3 missed tackles later, gets a first down.
Great tackle in the open field by Dakota Wareham, though, because that really could have went somewhere. Seemed like we had him wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and next thing you know, we're that far down the field.
The 1st and 10 at the Southside 41-yard line. 11:40 to go here in the third quarter. Southside trails 21-14. Opening drive of the second half. What North Little Rock does, too, is it's multiple formations. You see them work out of under center, I formation. Now they've got one back in the backfield. 2 receivers split to the short side of the field. Here's a snap. It's a low snap. It's fumbled by Cotton. He's going to get hit and dropped in the back. No, he gets away, and it's going to be hit and thrown down by Leighton Johnson back at the 48-yard line.
He continued to lose ground the more he tried to establish ground, Keith, and what a great job by the pursuing Maverick defense. And back to what you were saying, Keith, they may show you a lot of formation looks. They still only got about 3 plays that I've seen them run out of. They run the same 3 out of each formation.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 21 for the Charging Wildcats. Another situation they like to be in.
Doesn't play well to their strength, but it is a great effort by the Southside defense.
No backs in the backfield. Cotton takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, looks down the field. Will throw the ball, going to be one hopped, incomplete, intended for Battle at the Southside 42-yard line. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 22.
I don't think that's their strength, Keith, but at 2nd and a mile to go, I don't think they felt like they had much choice.
Cotton doesn't. Might be one of the first times this year that North Little Rock's gotten into an empty formation, and we saw why.
Yeah, exactly, Dalton. We were talking about earlier, no matter the formation, they've got about 3 plays that they're running.
I'm kind of going back to the Conway game. I'm not sure Cotton's got the arm to beat you deep. Haven't seen it yet. Cotton takes a snap, wants to throw, he punt fakes it, throws it down the field. It's going to be complete at the Southside 30-yard line, and now they're going to call it incomplete.
I believe he dropped it, Keith, and it's hard for us to tell on that far side of the field, but he was open.
Yeah, that was Braylon Battles. That's a play, though, the defender has got to turn around and find the football.
Yeah, and Keith, I'm looking up. This is the first time we've seen the North Little Rock punter all night.
Yes, Josh Beck will stand back at his own 35-yard line.
His white uniform is pristine, not a drop of sweat.
But he plays, though. He's also plays defense. He's made some plays on the defensive side of the ball for North Little Rock. But you're right. We haven't seen him tonight, but that's a good job by Southside, basically, because look at Sean Rogers just take out the up man. Here's the punt. It's going to hit off the North Little Rock guy. It's going to take a Southside bounce down to the 32-yard line.
Excellent result, and that's all we want from our defense. We said we got to have a stand. We got the ball back.
Okay, I got a question on this, guys, an officiating question. They're going to put the ball back at the 28-yard line where the ball was touched, but if the ball goes the other way, isn't it advantageous where you mark it up the field?
I would they're going to put it at 32.
Yeah, they're going to, so.
Yeah. They must have heard you.
No, I don't think so.
Your challenging voice that you had.
Yeah, right. He first and 10 for the Mavs. What a great job by the Southside defense. Big play by Leighton Johnson getting the sack of Kareem Cotton, took him out of their offense. First and 10 for the Mavs at the 32-yard line. Southside lines up strong left with Nathan Bogner along with Jay Washington. Washington gets a handoff, cuts it back up inside across the 40. He's to the 45 at midfield, will be hit and drives two defenders forward across the 45 down to the 44-yard line.
Keith, he was one shirt tail away from 6 points there, and you saw my reaction, though. You might not have seen it at home, but my hands went up in the touchdown sign. They had to come down, but, that was a great run by Washington.
Well, what happened about midfield, he had to cut back to make the last defender miss, and then the pursuit caught up with him off the backside. Or you're right, it's a touchdown.
Trying to be an optimist, and so the glass was half full, and that's what next time I won't put my hands up. We'll see what happens.
Good start for the Southside offense. First and 10. They'll spot the ball at the North Little Rock 45-yard line. Again, one back in the backfield. Here's a fumble that's picked up by North Little Rock, and he's going to take it to the house.
Yeah, that play just didn't even look right, and sadly the result is for them.
Yeah, that was Rashad Muhammad who got the ball on a bad play for Southside. And, gosh, when you're struggling, you can't have that.
Absolutely. That wasn't the desired result.
Could have been a flag on
Takes
the
away all momentum here on the sidelines, but that was North Little Rock's defense or Division I defensive end. It was just a botch handoff. He kept it. He probably should have handed it off there.
Yeah, a little bit of hot dogging, too, as he took it in the end zone, holding the ball back for the Southside Chasee. That's one of those plays you almost just keep going after him, but, boy, that's a tough break for Southside.
Yeah, we don't need any extra penalties right now.
North Little Rock will attempt the extra point. Sale Horst in for the extra point attempt. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 9:50 to go here in the third quarter. North Little Rock now leads Southside 28-14. Be back with the Charging Wildcat kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Bro Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Bro Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Dalton, we're going to take it down to you. We were discussing up here the Rashad Muhammad. Was it an interception? Did the ball ever touch the ground? What exactly happened on the play?
Yeah, it's a good question. So it's meant to be a zone read where the quarterback is reading the defensive lineman and determining whether to hand the ball off or not. And he couldn't make up his mind, and it was botched somewhat in the air. I think you got to call that a fumble. It certainly wasn't a throw.
And here's another fumble by Southside, and it's going to be recovered by North Little Rock.
Yeah, the receiver there on the kickoff team was trying to catch up to the ball, knew it was a live ball, and you can't run into a ball like that. You've got to establish yourself in order to catch it.
Well, a play like that, though, they've got to understand, too, the kicker's not really kicked the ball deep all night. You've got to move up on the play. And you talk about guys, I hate to say this, but Southside started out so well, getting a defensive stand early, then getting a nice run by Washington on first down, and then the wheels are starting to come off here down 28-14, first and 10 for North Little Rock at the Southside 25-yard line. Cotton takes a snap, hands it off to his fullback, Sims. Sims will get to the 22-yard line, a gain of 3, brings up second down, 2nd and 7 for the Charging Wildcats.
Not a bad defensive play there. Everybody stayed at home, and he really had nowhere to go.
You need your defense to stand up. That's the key right now, guys, is you can't let this game get away. You've got to get a hold here, anything you can do, because your offense really has shown the ability to move the football tonight.
It's still the big plays, Keith. I mean, if that's what their scoring is their big plays, and we've got to stop that.
It'll be second down, 2nd and 7 for the Charging Wildcats. A little confusion by North Little Rock. They'll have two backs in the backfield. They line up in a as you call it, almost a wing T formation, bring a man in motion. They're going to pitch the ball out to the tailback. He's going to be hit and dropped on a nice defensive play over there. That is Levi Russell making the play for the Southside defense. Be a gain of maybe 1 on the play, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for the Charging Wildcats.
I think it was fortuitous for us there that there was confusion in the North Little Rock backfield. The back, who was the up back, was supposed to be blocking. I'm not sure he ever knew where he was supposed to go, but a great job for roughly no gain. Southside stepped up.
A 3rd down, 3rd and 7, a big series here for the Southside defense. Again, one back in the backfield. That's Rice, Gerald Rice, along with Kareem Cotton. Works from a pistol formation. 2 receivers split either side of the field. As Cotton looks to the sidelines to get the play. Here's a snap. He wants to throw the football. Will throw the ball over the middle. Has an open receiver. Good defensive player by Dakota Wareheim at the last second. Steps in to knock the ball away.
North Little Rock definitely is not comfortable throwing the ball. It looks like, Keith, they're going to try and kick one from here, and I'm not sure their kicker has that leg strength to do it. What a stand this would be.
Either way, it's a great job by the Southside defense.
Great job. There's a big difference between 3 points and 6.
This will be a 39-yard field goal attempt by Liam Selhorst.
Get the ball back here and get a quick score, and you're right back in the ball game.
Yeah, watch Russell off that corner, maybe blocking the football. Here's the kick, and it is not, doesn't even make it, and Southside will take over. They'll get the ball as it hit. Looked like it hit the left guard.
Never crossed the line of scrimmage, so it should be right where the ball lays is where we should take over.
Dalton, great job, Southside defense.
Can't say enough about the defense and how they've started this second half. They start with a punt on a 4th and 21. Then they come back. The ball is coughed up around the 25-yard line, and they give up 3 yards. And then if we want to call that a block kick, we can. Really just a bad kick. But nonetheless, great job by the defense to start the second half.
The Southside will start this drive on their own 26-yard line. 2 backs in the backfield. Washington back behind Wee Hunt. Here's a handoff to Washington off the right side. Cuts it back inside. Gets to the 29-yard line for 3 yards. Phillip, you got to be impressed with Jay Washington tonight, doing a great job of really reading the blocks and getting the yardage.
You know what? I haven't seen him bounce one time out toward that sideline. He is believing in his offensive scheme. And, you know, Keith, he's a shirt tail or 2 away from breaking it wide open.
Exactly. And, again, we go back to the job the defense did for Southside. It really put some life back in Southside after the 2 quick turnovers.
Need a score here.
Exactly. Be 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. Wants to throw the ball. Throws the ball deep. Has a wide open receiver. Overthrows a wide open Jay Washington. Would have been 6.
There was no one between him and the goal line. If only they connected. And I think maybe there was a little bit there from Wee Hunt, knowing he had to get the ball out of there quick because North Little Rock is not letting him just sit still.
It was really similar to the play in Cabot where Bogner, but it was a little bit different formation, but the same thing. You run him out of the backfield, except Bogner went post more, but that was just a sideline pass was there. Gosh, got to have those.
Yeah, and you really like that matchup because that's a linebacker on Washington, and no one was present.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for the Mavs. Here's a snap. Wee Hunt looks to throw the ball. Here comes the pressure. Going to be hit and dropped for a loss as Terrell Allen gets back there for the sack. And it's just tough right there when you know what's coming, trying to stop it.
Yeah, and all of a sudden now we're 4th down, and we're going to have to kick, and we probably have one of the best punters in the country, though. So far, he's been able to flip the field.
That was a stunt on the left side of the field, and the offensive line just simply did not pick it up.
Puckett will stand back at his own 7-yard line. Back deep for North Little Rock will be Jadarian Thomas. Puckett had a big game so far tonight. Puckett waits on the snap. Here's a snap. He gets it. Here's the kick. It's a high kick. Another good punt, a fair catch called by Thomas. He fumbles the ball. Southside has it. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
For whatever reason, the referee decided the play was dead there. And I don't understand.
Can't be advanced. Big break for Southside.
Hey, we flipped the field again, didn't we, Keith? So a great play by the Southside punting team.
They'll spot the ball at the 31-yard line, and, you know, Thomas just should have let the ball go.
Yeah, I don't understand why the play couldn't be advanced because the play was continuing. It wasn't as if anybody.
It wasn't picked up off the ground. The ball bounced up, but a lot of rules in high school football for.
Yeah, we find some that we've never heard of, don't we?
Some we still don't believe.
That was actually the right call.
Don't take up for him, Dalton.
1st and 10, Southside handoff to Washington off the left side. He's at the 25, fights outside, gets inside the 20, will be slung out of bounds, should be a flag. These officials really have just...
they're letting the game go.
They let it go, yeah, that was a bad. He was 3 yards out of bounds, got flung to the ground.
The crowd isn't like this. We can hear their boos and hisses from here.
Well, you've seen that. You've seen a lot of plays in the secondary, a lot of holds, a lot of grabs that haven't been called. So they're letting North Little Rock be physical. And if you do that, it makes it a whole lot tougher when you play a physical team. But that definitely was a penalty.
Yeah, and it was way past the wide of the sideline.
If he tackles him, fine, but he threw him to the ground 3 yards out of bounds. Here's a snap to Weehunt, gives the ball again to Washington. We'll lose maybe a yard on the play as Terrell Allen makes a play for the North Little Rock defense to bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 11.
That last call, Keith, was so egregious, and, we don't mean to sound like we're trying to get Southside there, but, I mean, that was clearly a penalty and should have been a 15-yard variety.
Well, that's the type of plays, though, that get both teams fired up, and you kind of lose control of the ball game when you don't make a call like that. But nonetheless, Southside has got to take advantage of that, down by 14 with 5:53 to go here in the third quarter. Weehunt calls out signals, has 2 backs in the backfield. Here's a snap. Here's a rollout by Weehunt. Wants to throw the football. Has a wide-open receiver in the end zone. Overthrows his intended receiver, and he had Jake Tyler wide open, nobody around him within 20 yards.
I don't think he ever saw him, and I think there was a situation there where he had a defender right in his face, and the first thing you're looking for is that first safety outlet that you can find, and just too much for him to find the wide-open receiver.
They'll bring up 3rd down.
Passing game's having a lot of success off of the rollout, or what we call the sprint out, particularly to the right side. Man, wide open, would have been a touchdown right there.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 10 for the Mavs. Again, they'll be in 4-down territory, down 14 as Weehunt takes a snap, looks to throw the ball. Will throw the ball towards the end zone. He's tackled on the play. Nope, it's intercepted.
Yeah, again, Keith, I'm at a loss to know why there wasn't a flag thrown on that. The interception wouldn't have happened if he hadn't been tackled and shoved all the way down the field.
That's amazing. That back judge has not seen a play all night.
Washington was the player that was intended for, and even Washington, I think, has left the game stunned that there wasn't a call.
Should have been. The ball was in the air. The receiver was tackled.
Coach Williams right now is letting the Zebras have it, but to no avail.
Well, I'm speechless, guys. That's all I can say on that. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line for North Little Rock. Cotton works under center, hands the ball to his fullback. Sims will get about 8 on the play as he gets to the 24-yard line. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd, and let's give him 7 on the play. 2nd down, 2nd and 3 for the charging Wildcats.
Hey, Dalton, what does it mean when Coach Williams throws his hat down?
It means he's upset, Phillip, and I got to agree with him here because you can miss calls, but the penalties that really matter are the ones that put the player's safety at risk. And when it involves the safety of players, those are the ones you can rightfully get upset about.
You need to pull a Jason Garrett if he had a red flag and throw it. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 3. Here's a pitch to the tailback. He's going to get to about the 25-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
We got a flag.
There'll be a big cheer for that.
I hear a cheer. Finally, some laundry came in our direction.
Well, it wouldn't be so bad, but those last 2 calls were, we've seen about 4 calls in this game that were just obvious.
Yeah, and I don't know why they won't call it, if they're wanting to go home early or what the issue is, but it's happening right in front of the officials.
And they're physical plays, too, and it's like Dalton talked about, some of these plays that they're not calling, somebody could get hurt.
Yeah, and pretty much all night long, every time we've went to this left side of our offense, their right side, we've got rid down out in the passing lanes.
It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 16. They'll spot the ball back at the 12-yard line for North Little Rock. Cotton wants to throw the ball. Will throw the ball over the middle. Going to be incomplete. Had his big old tight end over there. That was Jalen Glosson, 6'2". He's not 6'2", 210. He's a lot bigger than that.
You know, I don't know where they measured him, if that was in the 4th grade or what, but he's quite a bit bigger now.
Yeah, he goes to the Adidas camp. They may change the measurements on that because he looks a lot bigger.
May just be the way he's wearing his uniform. You think that's what it is?
That's a good job by Southside taking that penalty. That brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 16 at the 12-yard line. Got to get to the 27-yard line. Cotton has a nifty backfield. Here's the snap. He looks to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He's going to be hit and sacked in the backfield.
Whoa, what a great play. I think they stunned on that, and I don't think North Little Rock saw that coming.
Yeah, I believe that might have been Sean Rogers back there again for the Southside defense.
This is the time now, Keith. We've got them back down to the 3-yard line. You know that they're coming on the rush to try and attempt to block this punt.
As Josh Beck will check in to punt the ball away, Southside should get great field position as Connor Austin stands back at the North Little Rock 35-yard line. Here's a snap. Beck gets the punt off a low-line drive punt that's going to be fielded by Austin. He's going to run the ball outside, tries to get the corner. Will be hit and tackled at the 35-yard line. Be 1st and 10 for Southside. They'll have great starting field position here at the North Little Rock 35-yard line to give credit to the Southside defense. Another hold.
Hey, in between the defense and the punting team, we are controlling the field as far as our field position.
It's just about 3 or 4 questionable plays that the offense hasn't got tonight, or they'd have some points on the board here in the second half.
Well, you know, we talked about earlier about capitalizing on breaks we were given. We did that in the first half. But we haven't been able to do so yet in the second half.
But how important is it when you have things like that happen to you that you think should go the other way is for Southside to stay calm, make the plays?
Yeah, immediately bounce back. I mean, that play is over. Me and you can talk about it all night, but not for them.
Be 1st and 10 for Southside at the North Little Rock 35-yard line. Here's a snap to Wee Hunt. Will keep the ball up the middle. Will be hit and lose maybe a yard on the play as he's knocked down by Slayton Clark. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 11.
A little bit of a slow developing play, and we talked about earlier, Keith, with the strength and speed of this North Little Rock defense. It can't be slow developing.
Southside's got to answer. They've had really great field position here in the second half, and this is the one drive down 28-14. If they can get a touchdown here, they're back in the game with your defense playing as well as it is. Southside goes with a strong right formation, run formation.
I'd still look for that sprint out to the wide side of the field.
Here's the snap. Here's a handoff to Washington, going to be hit in the backfield and dropped right at the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be a long 3rd down, so we know we're going to see a pass attempt on this next play.
And I almost have to believe, too, if you're Southside, unless you just lose yardage on this play, you're probably in 4-down territory.
Well, I think obviously because, North Little Rock, we put them in some bad positions tonight I don't think they're familiar with. 3rd and long, 4th and a mile to go. I don't think they've seen that all year.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 11 for the Mavs at the North Little Rock 36-yard line. Southside trails 28-14, 2:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And North Little Rock jumped in the neutral zone. There's 5 yards.
That'll help us, especially if we're looking at 4-down territory, which I believe we are. Dalton, it looks like North Little Rock is expecting the pass, and they're coming out with a cover 2 look, 2 safeties over top. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, it is. I'm seeing zone. One thing I'm seeing from Southside's offensive lines, they've got to stop number 7, Muhammad, here on pass pro. And you're also seeing about 4 feet of distance, what we call split, between Alvin Strong, the right guard, and Marlon Brigg, trying to scheme them here.
Again, be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Mavs. Wee Hunt looks over the defense, calls out signals, takes a snap, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to throw the ball in the middle, complete. He's at the 25, inside the 20. That's Jake Tyler down to the 17-yard line for Southside 1st down. Give credit to the offensive line giving him time. Dalton, I've got to ask you this question. I'm looking at Muhammad down there. He's got some type of a wrap on his right hand. I'm thinking that he may have been one of the young men that had a fireworks accident this past summer. And
You're right, Keith. He was one of the 2 players who had the firework explosion on the 4th of July, and he's got a club on that right arm that he's probably trying to use to his advantage in pass pro.
The 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Good job by Parker Wee Hunt. Here's a snap. Wee Hunt will keep the ball this time. Will be hit and goes forward. He bounces off a defender, gets down into the 10. What a great run by Wee Hunt. One thing he's got to learn, though, Phillip, he's got to learn that there's some big guys out there, man. You just duck or get down.
Yeah, but you got to appreciate his intestinal fortitude there and saying, you know what, it's time somebody stepped up and carried this team into the end zone. And Keith, tonight we're right about our scoring average, 14 points. Wouldn't it be wonderful to pop past that tonight and know that we can be a big play, high-scoring team?
Yeah, if we score some more points, I want you to call Barry Grooms on the show afterwards and tell him that we've upped that.
You had to remind me. Well, on our trip back from Cabot, we were listening to one of the statewide broadcasts, and they were talking about how horrible Southside is, and we really took offense to that.
He's second down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs. All day to throw as Hunt looks down the field, has no one to throw to, will just throw the ball away at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, there was a receiver in the area, so it shouldn't be intentional grounding.
Dalton, you look down there, the offensive line's doing a great job tonight, giving Hunt time to throw the football.
Well, they are on a lot of plays, Keith. Unfortunately, on these big plays here in the second half, particularly the turnover that was returned for a touchdown, that was an offensive line fall. And a big sack on the next drive was also at fault. But, you got to move past those. This drive, they played very well.
Again, 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Mavs. Southside goes to receiver split short side of the field. Now they bring Hannon in motion. Here's the snap to Hunt. He looks down the field, throws the ball, going to be complete to his tight end, Dimitri Lloyd, at the 10-yard line. Will gain 2 on the play, brings up 4th and 5. And if you're Southside, you got to go for it here.
We don't have a choice. I would look for something here that maybe we haven't seen yet tonight out of Southside's offense. Not a trick play necessarily, but just something out of our norm, because we really got to get these 5 yards.
Yeah, big play here, 4th down, 4th and 5, and that's the first time that Lloyd's caught a pass tonight. That's his 2nd catch of the year for the Mavs.
Sure looked like a bigger play than 2 yards, though.
Well, that goes back to the speed of this North Little Rock defense. Again, 4th down for the Mavs. Ball spotted just inside the 10-yard line of North Little Rock. Hunt takes a snap, rolls to his right, looks down the field, will throw the ball back, and it's going to be incomplete. I don't think it would have worked anyway because it looked like Marcus Haynes, I don't think he's the Globetrotter, Marcus Haynes, but he actually got past the blockers. It was a great design play, but Haynes read it perfectly, but again, a poor pass.
Well, it's one of the things we said is to look for something we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen that play yet this year, and it had a chance, but it just didn't have a good vibe to it from the very beginning. It's got to be a little smoother if you're going to do that throwback.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and 10 for North Little Rock. They'll have the ball at their own 10-yard line after getting the hold. Again, Southside defense needs to step up big as Cotton works under center, has I formation, hands it off to Sims as fullback. He's going to be hit and dropped back behind the line of scrimmage. What a great job by the Southside defense.
Great read, and they stayed at home, and that fullback play, belly play, has been so successful. Had little to no success there.
Dalton, I got to say this. Sean Rogers made the play there. He's winning the battle of the 2 big guys.
Yeah. If he wanted to put on a show in front of some college recruiters, I think he's going to be getting a lot of phone calls next week. He's having a terrific game.
Exactly, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. At the end of the 3 quarters, Southside trails 28-14. Be back with the start of the 4th quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Wheeler Power Sports is proud to be a part of Southside Maverick Football. Just like the professional educators at Southside High School, Wheeler Power Sports has served Fort Smith since the 1960s. They are Fort Smith's only factory-authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and now the Mahindra Roxor brand. That's 4 quality, exciting, reputable brands all under one roof. Visit them online at WheelerPowersports.com, on Facebook, or at 901 North 11th Street in historic downtown. Wheeler Power Sports. Get out and ride.
It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop until you get something done. Yeah, I know the game is on, but the faucet is still dripping, the toilet keeps running, and the drains won't drain, and on and on. You need to call West Ark Plumbing and let them do the dirty work while you enjoy the game. Call them at 646-5151 and watch the ball game without the West Ark Plumbing, 646-5151.
Your home for Southside Mavericks football. KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith. Family-friendly radio, Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back as we start the 4th quarter. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 9 for North Little Rock on their own 11-yard line. They lead 28-14 as we start the 4th quarter. Kareem Cotton, still your quarterback, works under center, has one back in the backfield. That's Gerald Rice. Here's a pitch to Rice off the corner, and he's going to be wrapped up and dropped back at the 8-yard line.
What a great penetration play there. And some of those plays that were working for North Little Rock earlier, they're not working at all. And like I said, Keith, they've only got about 3 different plays they run. It doesn't matter what the formation is, and Southside is selling out to stop those 3 plays.
That was Landon Chafee who made the play for the Southside defense. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 13.
Of course, back to that, if you're successful at what you do, you can run one play all night long. But Southside's defense has got something to say about that.
If you really want to think about it, though, Southside has done a very good job on the defensive end of the ball. They've given up 2 long touchdown drives, but only really 1 big play tonight. Now we're going to have a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Trick or treat.
No tricks, only treats at Crane Hyundai of Fort Smith this October. Joe Pulliam is treating you with state tax paid on new in-stock Hyundais and interest rates as low as 0.9%. Plus, $2,250 off select 2020 models. Get 0% for 72 months on new 2019 Elantras, Tucsons, and Santa Fe's. Treat yourself to America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. Lower interest and lower payment. Shop CraneHyundaiFTSmith.com, 3600 0 Street. Excludes 2020 policies with pre-credit dealer for details.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome back. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 12 for the charging Wildcats at their own 7-yard line. Kareem Cotton works under center, takes a snap, throws a quick slant pass out complete to Bryant. He's going to be hit and dropped at the 17-yard line. Good coverage over there for Southside.
Keith, we've seen the punting team for North Little Rock more here lately than we have. We can't say enough about how well this defense has played tonight.
This defense has played really good.
I wouldn't be surprised if until that play just now they had negative yards for the half. This second half, they have played phenomenal.
Yeah, their big score, Dalton, you're right, was made by their defense.
And again, they'll have to punt the ball away as Josh Beck stands back at his own 3-yard line. And now we've got a whistle on the play.
Coach Williams saw something he didn't like.
Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Furniture.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Made in the USA Speed Queen Washer and Dryers.
Frank Bro Furniture.
In-store, no credit check financing.
Frank Bro Furniture.
0 down and 0 interest with approved credit.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Family owned and no high-pressure sales staff.
Frank Bro Furniture.
Find us on Facebook and Instagram. 405 Fort Street, Barling, Arkansas. Your Made in the USA headquarters.
Best seats in the house.
Chafee Construction wants to exceed your expectations as your local fully licensed contractor, specializing in no job that is too small or too large. Chafee Construction does roofing, siding, gutters, concrete, HVAC, plumbing, electric, flooring, painting, windows, and more. Whatever your needs, remember Chafee Construction can do it all. Locally owned, state licensed, and insured for your protection. Chafee Construction, 434-5203.
Proud sponsor of Southside Football. Go Landon.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
Welcome to action. The punt by Josh Beck will go inside the Southside 35-yard line, down the 31-yard line. We were just kind of joking, Phillip, that Beck didn't seem to have much of a leg. I guess we jinxed him.
I don't know why we said that, Keith, and I'm really ashamed of you at this point for even mentioning that.
Well, Southside will start this drive on their 31-yard line. Really, this is one of the worst starting field positions Southside's had here in the second half. And, again, it kind of goes back to what we saw last week against Cabot when they would have chances to score points. We couldn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, but, you know, it's not horrible field position, and we really have controlled it here in this second half, even though take away the big plays, and the score will be much closer.
Be 1st and 10 Mavs at their own 31-yard line. Here's a snap, handoff to Washington. Makes the first man miss, crosses the 35, almost to the 36-yard line. And Dalton, you'll love this, watching the big play out there. Big old Marlon Briggs just wiped out his man.
He did, and Coach Tad Stewart, the offensive line coach, told me before the game they wanted to put Marlon Briggs on an island, meaning push the guards off to the side, leave him to manhandle the man in front of him, and he sure did it right there.
Exactly. Be second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs.
He's winning that battle.
Again, one back in the backfield now. Southside will switch formation, go strong left with the tight end and fullback. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to that side with Washington. Will fall forward to about the 39. They'll give him the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 3.
Dalton, you got to love seeing them still keeping it between the tackles, even though you're behind, because that is the strength.
Yeah, they haven't had a whole lot of trouble running the football. Obviously not that big run, but the running game's been decent this season.
And you're also in a position with 9:23 to go here, down by 14. Obviously, unless you lose yardage, probably 4-down territory. Handoff again. That is Jack Clark.
It'll be awful close.
Yeah, he didn't get the best spot in the world. Just going to be maybe a bit short. I like Jack Clark. He's a hard runner.
Hard runner and hadn't seen a lot of action. And I noticed that last
he got the first down.
Play before, Washington was actually slow getting up. So Washington's getting a well-deserved break.
Well, it's that size factor, too. You're talking 140-pound back. They're just wearing on him, and he needs someone to take his place.
Yeah, it's good to see Clark back there.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the 41-yard line. Still plenty of time, guys. 8:55 to go here. You can still run your offense, whatever that may be, run the ball, short passing game. Hunt takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, steps up, throws the ball over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Had an open receiver. That was Jack Clark out of the backfield. They got pressure on us that time, guys. Terrell Allen got it back there, and basically Parker Hunt just threw the ball up, hoping somebody could run under it.
Keith, perfect time to pass. They had a cover 0 look. They had sold out completely to the run. When I looked up, I thought that's going to be a touchdown, but we just couldn't make the connection.
We've had 2 plays like that tonight. We had the other one on the other side with Jay Washington wide open, can't make the connection. And, again, it's just those little things that really have hurt the Southside offense all season. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Hunt. Here comes the pressure. He needs to get rid of the football. He gets away from the pressure, tucks it in, and runs across the 40, across the 45 to the 47-yard line. What a great job. Great individual effort by Parker Hunt.
And he is limping a little bit. I think he kind of tweaked his ankle, but can we say manufactured some yardage there, Keith? Would that be accurate?
I think so. And the awareness to tuck the ball and run, and I know Dalton can attest to this. You see that big defensive line, those linebackers, man, they're putting the heat on every play.
Still a little worried about Hunt there. He's still limping around.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and 4 for the Mavs. Southside lines up with 2 receivers split to the right of Hunt. Strong right formation with Bogner along with Washington in the backfield. Here's a snap, a handoff to Washington. He's going to be hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage as Marcus Stovall gets back there.
That was one of those plays there, Keith, where we're fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage because they had us in the backfield. In fact, that was kind of a generous spot from the linesman.
Southside going to punt the ball away here. Just a bit surprised, down 14, 7:31 to go if they don't go for it. But that being said, your defense has done such a good job getting 3 and outs. Hopefully they can do it again here.
I think Coach Williams is going to be playing the percentages on the field position.
And North Little Rock.
Plus, we may have an injured quarterback.
Here's a kick by Puckett, nobody back, and
let it roll.
It's going to roll inside the 15 down to the 11-yard line. That's where North Little Rock will start this drive. Again, your defense, when Dalton talked to Coach Williams, is I think something you have to look at too here, guys, is the fact that there's always that chance they can put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and I don't see Hunt getting any attention from Coach Griffiths over here, which is a good sign, and I'm sure hoping they was just a stinger on his ankle.
You know, if a team was ever due a break, guys, it's got to be this Southside team.
Yeah, bless their heart, they have played their heart out here tonight. That's most definitely.
North Little Rock will work from a I formation with Kareem Cotton, your quarterback, Sims, fullback, and Rice, your tailback. Here's a handoff to Sims. He's going to be hit and dropped after maybe about let's give him a 2-yard gain. That's one thing they've done good tonight. The Southside defense has really taken away the fullback.
Yeah, I believe a hand got out there and tripped him up at a very opportune moment.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 9. As North Little Rock not in any hurry to run a play. We've got 23 seconds on the play clock, 6:39 to go in the game against Southside Trails, 28-14.
North Little Rock's dragging their feet trying to run that clock.
Again, they work from an I formation. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Rice. He's going to be hit and smothered again at about the 16-yard line. And again, there's Landon Chafee. And looks like also getting off the pile is Caleb Sanders.
Good to see him involved in the play there. And, you know, this is a play here where we got to pin our ears back and just play our hearts out on defense. Get that ball back for your offense as time is of the essence. We're almost at 6 minutes.
That's what Southside was playing for right here, was to get to 3 and out. And so far, looks like that may happen to be 3rd down, 3rd and 6 for the Charging Wildcats.
I don't think North Little Rock's all that comfortable on these 3rd and longs.
They work an I formation. Here's a pitch out to Rice, and there's a hold over there as Rice falls forward. Shouldn't have the first down. He gets a really nice spot at the 22-yard line.
I am convinced that this crew here doesn't want to call any holdings. I think they called one we couldn't figure out on a kicking team, but we haven't seen any other holds.
That's a big play right there. They'll be able to run another 2 minutes off the clock.
That's the disadvantage of a running team is there's no reason to stop the clock.
But nonetheless, Southside's just given a great effort tonight.
Absolutely.
It's been a couple of mistakes they've had tonight, really hurt them, and other than that, they really played well, especially the defense. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Sims, the fullback. He's got a hole across the 25, get up to the 30-yard line. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 2.
Maybe the best way to describe that fullback is he has great balance, very similar to Camara if you watch Saints football, that people have him and you think he's got to go down. He's still going forward.
Well,
excellent runner.
Yeah, they had a young man last year, Oscar Attaway, who was their fullback, and that kid had some quickness and speed. He could hit that hole. It's almost like watching Barry Foster run the football. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 2 for the Charging Wildcats. Cotton takes a snap, hands it off. That's to Rice. Rice will have a first down as he crosses the 32, maybe 33-yard line. We'll have a first down. 4:29 to go here in the ball game. Southside Trails 28-14.
And you know, you almost feel like you're in a time warp that we're already at this stage in the game, but that's with running the football, they're controlling the clock.
The 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line for the Charging Wildcats. At some point, Southside probably try to use their timeouts as we're down to 16 on the play clock.
If we get the ball back, Keith, it's going to have to be quick scoring or we're going to not be able to catch up.
Again, working in the I formation. Cotton takes a snap, pitches the ball to Rice. Rice has a big hole. He crosses the 40-yard line, gets up to the 41-yard line, loses his helmet. Will have to go out for a play.
Yeah, it was a...
Hey, guys, I'm sorry if I missed this earlier, but Connor Austin's got his shoulder pads off. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but he's out for the rest of the game. Let's hope it's not a lingering injury into next week.
Jeremiah Sims will check in at tailback. Yeah, we can't lose Connor Austin. He's that young man. He had the touchdown on 4th down at the end of the first half. He's that young man he's the one that can stretch the field.
Absolutely.
Be 2nd down, 2nd and 3 for the Charging Wildcats. Again, they work from a I formation. Here's a handoff to Sims. Sims will have the first down. He's hit by Leighton Johnson, but will have the first down at the 45-yard line.
If you don't have that fullback belly play read correctly, I mean, it's going to get 5 yards before you can even catch up to it.
And just eating that clock up, running that same formation as they'll check Rice back in the ball game. You know, we talked about Rice. I know Dalton talked about that, him being a linebacker starting out the season, being a 4th-string running back. But this 7A Central, you look at Conway, they had 4 running backs. Bryant, I know they've got 4 running backs. They had a transfer from Bentonville West that would have started for them. So this 7A Central is loaded with tailbacks. Here's a pitch to Rice off the left side. Going to be hit and dropped at the 47-yard line. Making the play for the Southside defense is Angel Hernandez. We'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 8.
You would think at some point here, especially if it's third and they've got a distance to go, that Coach Williams is going to use some timeouts.
I think you'd have to start using them here. Southside has 2 timeouts, forced to use one on special teams earlier in the ball game, but yeah, you're right. They'll probably take one here if they get a chance. As North Little Rock, I've never seen a team just look to the sideline. They're in no hurry to run a play whatsoever. And going to that 40-second clock has really made a lot of the games go faster instead of having a 25-second clock when the ball is set. Again, second down, 2nd and 8. Here's a pitch to Rice off the right side. Is going to get outside across his midfield. We'll have another first down at the Southside 42-yard line, and that pretty much will put the game away with 2:03 to go here.
Yeah, once they get the chain set here and the clock starts back up again, there won't be much else to do.
They'll spot the ball at the Southside 41. Actually, at the 42-yard line. This has been the best drive of the second half for North Little Rock.
They had a good drive in the first half. They earned 1 touchdown. The rest of it was big plays. This has been their money drive here. Take away those big plays, and, we're looking at maybe even a tie ball game.
But you think about it, too, with what the defense has done here as they'll come up and run the play, I formation, Cotton takes a snap, hands the ball off to Sims. He's going to get inside the 40 to about the Southside 39-yard line. That's where they'll spot the ball, and Southside's going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Jewelry is something special given to someone special, and at Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, we understand that you want the very best for your money. We only use the finest quality diamonds and gemstones versus selling promotional quality items. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry wants to be your personal jeweler. If you can dream it, we can make it. From custom jewelry to repairs and watches, all services are done in our store. Cheshire's accepts all credit cards and offers 12 months same-as-cash financing. Cheshire's Fine Jewelry, where our customers become our friends.
People say that Links at Chaffee Crossing is the best barbecue they've ever had and a great place to sit down and watch the game on TV. So come on in and discover Links at Chaffee Crossing for yourself. A relaxed atmosphere, great barbecue, delicious sides, mouth-watering burgers, plenty of TVs to watch the game, a game room with a pool table, and more. Good food and good times await you at Links at Chaffee Crossing off Custer Boulevard, Fort Smith.
Back to the stadium and more Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Again, stay tuned for the Westark Plumbing Expert Drain Cleaning Services postgame show. Here's a snap. It's a pitch to Rice. Rice is going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Nice defensive play for the Mavs.
Looks like another timeout, Keith.
Now, Southside's going to take a timeout. We'll go ahead and take one, too. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
The fall celebration is here at Crabtree RV. Take advantage of RV show pricing on hundreds of new models. Deer Hunter specials under $10K and wholesale to the public prices on dozens of pre-owned RVs and the most money for your trade. These deals are so good, it's scary. And we are topping it off with the Crabtree Trunk or Treat, Saturday, October 19th at 6 p.m. Bring the kids and celebrate with us at Crabtree RV in Alma, where your family's dreams come true.
Cherry Berry self-serve frozen yogurt offers 50 rotating healthy flavors and 100 toppings. Simply grab a cup and start swirling. Add toppings ranging from granola, cereals, and fresh fruits to all kinds of candies, sprinkles, and even a variety of nuts and syrups. After the creation is complete, weigh and pay by the ounce.
Oh. And do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry, do the Cherry Berry.
At Cherry Berry, the possibilities are endless as you have complete control.
Cherry Berry in the Fort Smith Pavilion.
That's how you do it.
And now more exciting Southside Mavericks football on Spirit 106.3.
Third down, 3rd and 7 for the charging Wildcats. Here's a pitch out to Rice. Cuts it back inside. Will be tackled at the Southside 35-yard line. We'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 3 for the charging Wildcats. 1:20 to go here in the game. Southside trails 28-14.
Keith, I believe they're going to go for it just to keep that clock moving no matter what the result is here.
Yeah, if they get the first down, obviously the game's over, but there's going to be less than probably 30 seconds if Southside does get a hold here.
They may be even trying to run this play clock down the way they're standing over there and then call timeout when they're almost out of time. Should only be about 30 seconds left probably.
It's down to 10. You're right. They're going to take a timeout here as they've not even attempted to run a play.
They're waiting until it's at 1.
And they will take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Heaven forbid you get a cracked windshield, but if you do, you need to call Mr. Auto Glass. Mr. Auto Glass provides the highest quality service in the area. Customer service and safety are the top priorities for all of their customers. They can take care of your insurance claims. They offer in-shop as well as mobile on-site service, and most jobs can be completed in the same day. Locally owned since 1988 at 3017 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith. Give them a call, 782-4441.
Back to the Mavericks game now on Spirit 106.3.
As we get back to action, it's a pitch out to Rice. Rice will get the first down at the 30-yard line, and not sure they even have to run a play. Well, they may have to run one play. There's about a 1 second differential between the game clock and the play clock, and they will be in victory formation. North Little Rock, they know they were in a game tonight.
Absolutely. Southside's played their heart out, and nothing. My hat's off to Southside. North Little Rock didn't play a bad game, but they faced a very fine defense tonight.
Southside's going to fall tonight 28-14. Be back with the West Ark Plumbing and Expert Drain Cleaning Services postgame show after this. This is Southside Maverick Football, Spirit 106.3.